Good evening, my darling batlings. Sorry that the wait to this starting up was a little bit longer than usual, and also, no, I'm not using the voice changer tonight, trying to get more used to not hiding behind the voice changer. I don't know. We're gonna test this out, see how it goes. Solo stream tonight, and tonight we're going to be playing some more Sonic Adventure 2, and probably gonna see if we can get through the hero story and maybe even the final story tonight, given that hero story is about as long as, well, same length as the dark story if you don't factor in actual time to complete the levels. And last story is pretty short. And like, we might have some people pop in tonight if they decide to hop into the group call that I've got set up. I don't know, we'll see. Anywho's it? And yeah, I'm running late tonight, obviously, and kind of frazzled, because I've just had a day that's been full of stuff, and I lost track of time. Whoops. So anyway, without further Mountain Dew, I should probably stop the music before I get too content ID'd. And here we go. It's, there we go. My controller had turned itself off. I need to power it back on, but the power button is also the start button. Now, hopefully this isn't going to be too loud on my end. I'm gearing up to have my ears blown out already. Yeah, that's kind of loud. Turn it down a little bit more. I keep underestimating how loud specifically Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are. Let me make sure. I should probably make sure. Yeah, the console audio is muted. There we go. Files. Yeah, that was one of the things I was afraid would happen. So much fun when you're running things by yourself. Also, we should probably change our theme. Options. Because I've got the themes downloaded, which were DLC on the Dreamcast version, but most of them are included with all future releases, except for the Halloween and Christmas themes that enabled two-player costumes, and a couple of these themes, namely Omochao and I think it's either Maria or the Secretary, were Dreamcast exclusive, but their files are still on the discs of the GameCube and HD versions. So, interesting. Don't know why they didn't carry all of them over. But now we got the Eggman theme. The beautiful dulcet tones of, I was about to say Long John Baldry, but no, that's very much not this man. Dean Bristow. May he rest in peace. Oh boy, get ready for one of the most quotable video game intros of all time.
We're en route. Everything's a go.
This is Control Tower. We have you on radar. Report cargo status of captured Hedgehog aboard. Over.
That's a 10-4. Cargo secured on board.
That bass is so good. I love it. A lot of the songs in this game have great bass tones.
Freeze! What do you think you're doing? Get that Hedgehog!
Talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better.
This was also my introduction to Sonic as a video game character, because Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, rather, the GameCube version, was my first Sonic game, as I'm sure it was for a lot of people. Alright, City Escape, also one of the most quotable and sing-alongable, karaokeable, there, we'll call it that, first level themes in any video game ever. And I was so happy that they included it in the lineup for the Sonic Symphony Tour. I really want to see that live because, like, they've added so much to it, and, you know, seeing any concert live is going to be better than seeing a pre-recorded version. I'm gonna try and skip over as much of Omochao as I can, because, it's a meme to hate Omochao, even though I think he's just doing his best. It's Sonic Heroes where he's the real villain. Yeah, the trick timing on these is, like, so specific. But I think I've gotten it down mostly. When I was a kid, whenever I saw, like, these soap advertisements all over the city stages in this game, I didn't know, like, what the hell does soap mean? Is it just, like, telling you to use soap? But no, it's a brand of shoes, which is what Sonic's wearing in this game. Soap shoes. More specifically, like, a soap-branded redesign of Sonic's shoes to enable rail grinding as part of, like, some product placement. Soap shoes is no longer a thing, and sadly, they never made real-life versions of these shoes, at least in the Sonic color scheme. I think they also played a factor in Shadow's shoe design, and sadly, they never made shoes of those either. Which makes cosplaying Shadow in particular kind of a pain in the ass, I can imagine, just from having to make those shoes. It's one of the reasons I haven't cosplayed Shadow yet. I don't know how to make the shoes. And I don't have the funds to commission them. Plus, the last time I commissioned shoes, they didn't turn out the greatest. Like, they looked fine, but they literally fell apart as I was walking down the street to the convention center in them. No, it wasn't to the convention center. It was from the convention center to KFC, of all places. And they just fell apart as I was wearing them. And the only other shoes I had for that whole con were boots and dress shoes. So, my feet were killing me that whole week. Oh, time for the truck! And if you look closely during one section of this, you can see our obligatory once per level Big the Cat cameo. Come on, where is he? He should be, like, somewhere around here. There he is! Hi, Big. Bye, Big. He got crushed. He got smooshed. But luckily, Big the Cat is omnipotent, so not even the gun truck can kill him.
Yes!
Alright, what's my ranking? Hey, there we go!
It's cool!
Nice! Very nice.
This game of tag is boring. I'm out of here. Finally decided to show up, eh? Okay, bring it on!
Spider Troop Bigfoot!
Intruder has been located.
Copy that.
I can't believe Sonic's about to kill Bigfoot. He's about to eliminate the Sasquatch. I don't know, I got no jokes about this boss fight. So, like, I actually had a pretty good day today. I managed to get a reasonable... The Azure Guardian says, Phantasy Star Online advertisement. Yep, because Phantasy Star Online came out, like, a little bit before Sonic Adventure 2, I believe, and they were both developed by Sonic Team, although this was, Sonic Team USA, which was sort of like a short-lived thing that mainly only did this and some localization work for... plus some bug fixes for the international version of Sonic Adventure 1. So there's Phantasy Star advertisements all over this game. And, I believe there was, like, some sort... No, I'm thinking the GameCube version, where there's a little bit of connectivity between Phantasy Star Online and, Sonic Adventure 2. It was the GameCube version that had that, which was, like, you did a series of DLC quests that were included with, the, Plus version. Like, they were included on disc with the Plus version of Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2, which is partly why the Plus version is more sought after and more expensive. You would get a Tails Chow in Sonic Adventure 2 if you completed them. It all starts with this. A jewel containing the ultimate power. I miss David Humphrey's Shadow. I love his Shadow. I wouldn't call him the best Shadow. Not the worst Shadow either. There's no bad Shadows. Like David Humphrey, iconic deliveries as Shadow in this game.
Chaos control.
Also, if you want to see him in, like, something sort of fan-related, there used to be a web series called Press Start, I think it was called Press Start Adventures. And he voiced a recurring antagonist in there named Vlad, who was a parody of Dracula from Castlevania.
I'm the world's ultimate life form. There's no time for games. Farewell. Shadow, what is
That line right there actually gets cut off in, I think, all the re-releases of Sonic Adventure 2. So the Dreamcast version is the only one that plays it properly, where he says, put your hands up in the air. It, like, gets progressively more and more cut off. Because, as they keep porting this game to new platforms, they keep introducing, like, very minor graphical and audio bugs. But they just kind of pile up on top of each other as more releases happen.
Special powers that neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emeralds. That makes it very powerful. What the? Look who's calling who a thief. I came here following the signal from the Emerald.
I said this last time I streamed this, but, like, I love Eggman's model in this game. It's so derp looking.
I'll just take it with me. Farewell, knucklehead.
Like, it took them a while to figure out how the modern design of Eggman should work in 3D. But, I appreciate both of the Sonic Adventure models for, that era of, like, early 3D gaming.
I did that to prevent the Master Emerald from being stolen, you idiot.
And also being some of Sonic Team's first experiments with 3D Sonic.
I'll look into it once I get back to the base.
I despise anyone who takes jewels from me. All the world's gems are mine to keep.
Yeah, we'll see about that, Batgirl.
You know when Knuckles says Batgirl like that, he means it as a slur. You just know it from the way he says it. Like in, Mortal Kombat Mythologies, whenever, Quan Chi says ninja to Scorpion, the way he says it, you know he means it as a slur. Also, this is like, God, the Knuckles rap songs in this game are such a weird choice, but I wouldn't have it any other way. The same way Frieza calls Saiyans monkeys. Exactly! Exactly, it's like that. You know Frieza means it as a slur, you know Knuckles means Batgirl as a slur, and you know Quan Chi means ninja as a slur. Also, hi, I'm sorry for being a little bit late on the uptake on this. You're a first-time chatter, Azure Guardian. Hello. Hope you're having a good time. I don't always stream with this model and usually do this with a voice changer. But I'm trying to get out of using voice changers and try and embrace myself more through this.
Yeah.
So if you decide to tune in from here on out, you'll see me flip back and forth for using this model and using a more masculine model as well. Just in case you tune into another one of my streams and you wonder what the fuck is going on. Which is usually the case for most people when they tune in and they're like, what the fuck did I just walk into? Even when they know who I am. Oh god, this game is one of the peak examples of why you don't cast kids as kids. Because, like, this is no disrespect to, I think this was Corey Bringus who voiced him in this game, or was it Connor Bringus? I get Corey and Connor confused because one of them was Sonic Adventure 1, the other was Sonic Adventure 2. And they were brothers. But, you know, when you're a kid and it's like your first voice acting performance, you're not going to be good 9 times out of 10. Especially with this 90s video game. Well, I say 90s, this was 2001, but you get my point. This era of video game voice acting before they had, like, real budgets and time to record good dubs for international games. Like, Metal Gear Solid set the standard for what modern video game voice acting would be like, but not everyone had that kind of resources, especially not late 90s, early 2000s Sega. They spent all that money on Shenmue, where they casted the English dub voice actors based on how much they looked like the characters, rather than whether they could act or not. I'm not making that up. It's true. Look it up.
Wow, Tails, you did it! But what are you doing here on this island? I'm the one who should...
Man, Amy sounds really Valley Girl in this game, which I get it.
I know, but I'm here to...
But, like, super Valley Girl in this game compared to Jennifer Douillard's other performances as Amy.
Okay, you stay here and I'll be right back. Don't leave without me. I want to help you.
If I'm okay with you guys hopping back on, you will. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. If you're, if you two are gonna be chill, well, as chill as you can be with Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, hop back in whenever you get a chance to. Glad to hear you guys work things out. I knew it was some sort of misunderstanding. Your Pokeball is stuck. Just put some WD-40 on it. If it's not not moving and it's supposed to, then use WD-40. If it is moving and it's not supposed to, use duct tape.
Somebody push the button! What button? I don't see a button. A button in the middle, the big white one! You know, that's the problem. I'm colorblind for it. You shrunk the damn thing and made it worse!
Welcome, Furret and JKR. Glad to have you two here.
This is what you get when you ask someone who has no hands. Would have asked Ari, but she's busy with the controller.
Yeah, plus I don't have arm tracking, so...
Also, Ari, I think on the call you might want to fix your audio because you're being a little quiet compared to the game.
Okay, yeah. I had it turned down earlier because it was too loud for a call I was in.
I need to get on. I see. Twitch.
There we go. Now it's back up to its usual level.
I got to be Godzilla today.
You got to be Godzilla today?
I did. What they do for you, Furret?
By the way, this stage has one of my favorite Big the Cat cameos that I think is only in the Dreamcast version.
Oh, speaking of got to be Godzilla today.
Hey, 14 months in a row. I was trying to do the math, but like, no, that's now a multiple of 9, so no stream baby yet.
No,
there's Big the Cat. He's in prison.
Oh, poor guy.
Now you may be wondering, what the hell could Big the Cat be in a maximum security prison for? The same prison where they're keeping Sonic, who they believed was, you know, a wanted criminal hunted by the military. Ah! Hype train incoming. Raid from, oh god, raid from, Was that right? No, that was a subscription. Fuck. I'm just, Okay, so 27 months currently on 18-month streak. So that's a stream baby. What are we going to name this stream baby? We're gonna name it... We're gonna name it Froggy. We're gonna name it Froggy.
Froggy?
Froggy. But yes, was Big in prison for? Tax evasion.
Legit. I was gonna say something along the lines of, it was all the murders, Tails.
You joke about that, but in the Archie continuity, there was an alternate universe version of Big the Cat who was in interdimensional prison for being a serial killer who went from universe to universe, killing different universes' froggies.
Oh, God.
He was bunkmates with Scourge the Hedgehog, which was the alternate universe evil Sonic.
Dear, just God.
And Mephiles the Dark was in there too for crimes against the timeline, presumably.
One of these years, we will get our dub out. You know, I know we keep promoting it on stream, but we will get that out, people. We promise.
Yes, Edgy Green Sonic, exactly. Who was an objective upgrade over the original evil Sonic, even though, Ken Penders insists that he owns Scourge. Even though he didn't create Scourge, he created Evil Sonic.
Yeah.
The character was even called Evil Sonic. Up until Ian Flynn came in and gave him an actual character. And an actual name.
Also, Thursday I started Jean d'Arc on my stream.
Yeah, Jean d'Arc.
Not the game I remember it to be.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, I mean, it was still a fun stream, and it was still like a decent game. But for some reason, I thought like it was more like a not open world, but like traditional RPG where you walk around on a map and like get to explore the towns and stuff.
Yeah.
You absolutely do not.
Oh.
It's like it's all.
I can kind of understand why, given that it was a PSP game. They probably want something more friendly to a portable experience.
Yeah, but I mean, you had Star Ocean on the PSP, and that was, you know, an exploration.
Yeah, but wasn't that more of like a port/remake of a previous Star Ocean game? I don't know Star Ocean.
It was actually the first Star Ocean game I ever played was the one on PSP.
Damn, I'm getting wombo comboed here.
Yeah, you are.
I was trying to line up all those in one target so I could get a combo score for them, but oh well. I should still get an A rank here. Either A or B.
I'll say fuck.
Fuck indeed.
That was
C.
C. Yeah, it's because I lost all
was...
those rings at the end. I had a lot of rings.
That was what, boss?
Huh?
No.
Keep your voice
Wait.
down.
This is one of my favorite unnecessary things. Awkward
Okay.
pause. Twirl. Amy Rose is here.
You get here.
You were gonna say something a little bit ago, JKR, but you got cut off. What happened?
Was I? I don't remember.
Yeah, you
you
said
made a noise
that
like you
was, and then you got cut off.
Oh, I don't remember what I was trying to say.
Because of that fake hedgehog.
It's that bomb memory. It's too explosive.
Did you see it?
Hey, you can't say that!
And Sonic's referring to Shadow as an it.
I thought I had time.
If I do let you out, will you marry me? No. Darn. Anyway.
Hedgehog came here with Dr. Eggman.
So, Eggman.
Remember, she ran up to and hugged Shadow because she mistook him for Sonic. Also, remember this line about, what's all that writing on the wall anyway?
Wait for me, Sonic. He's such a brat.
That plays into the final story that you unlock by beating both Hero and Dark.
Sorry, but earlier, just now, it looked like he was slapping her.
Yeah, the motion capture's weird in this game because it was their first time doing motion capture for a Sonic game. Like, if you look at Sonic Adventure 1, the reason that the animations are so stiff in the cutscenes is because they ran it sort of like an RPG Maker script, where it's like,
I do this.
walk to coordinate in like spawn in world position 00, walk to coordinate, play walking animation during walk cycle, stop, play next animation cycle, that kind of stuff. It's just following a rigid script of commands instead of being like properly animated.
Nice.
Which makes it so you can go in and with the right tools make your own cutscenes for Sonic Adventure 1.
I would have too much fun with that.
Yeah, people have been having too much fun with that. The very first cutscene edit for it that came out from the guy that discovered how to edit the cutscenes, Speeps Highway, who is like a god among like Sonic Adventure era preservation, is like the first cutscene edit that he put out publicly was like the opening of Sonic Adventure 1 where he like hops from building to building, hops on top of the building, the camera zooms in on him, and he's supposed to say, "Oh yeah, this is happening," but instead like he just frowns, looks really sad, he looks down at his hands, looks up at the sky, and it plays, "No, this isn't happening! There is no reason I can go on! What am I fighting for?" From Mega Man X4.
Nice.
Look it up, it's called This Ain't Happening. Or This Isn't Happening. Azure Guardian said, Amy mistaking Shadow for Sonic makes much more sense if you've seen Shadow's concept design. Looked a lot more like Sonic, just kind of grayscale and with a scar. Yeah, the Terios design from before they settled on a name for Shadow. And before they decided to not just make him look like a grayscale Sonic with a scar over his eye. They included that as a DLC for a DLC skin for Sonic X Shadow Generations. And honestly, I'm happier with the Shadow design we got. Much more iconic. Plus, like, some of the design details have some, like, thematic semblance to them when you understand stuff about, like, Japanese theater. Like, the red markings that Shadow has, especially the ones around his eyes, aren't just aesthetic. In Kabuki theater, red markings around the eyes and face like that are to indicate, like, a hot-blooded hero. Or something like that. Not DLC, it's just an unlockable. The Terios skin? It's part of the deluxe edition. And it was a pre-order bonus as well.
I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh, you're not even...
Damn, I talked over the most iconic exchange in the game. Again.
You won't even get the chance.
Oops.
Also, this, when you hit Shadow for the first time in this, David Humphrey has said that's his favorite Shadow line.
I'm the coolest.
So, something cool I just read. Paramount has announced that they are open to the idea of collabing with Nintendo to start a Smash Brothers universe.
Nice. Also, Big is drowning.
Again?
Yeah, this is the same fight from the other perspective.
That darn cat.
Oh, I wasn't aware. I only saw it from someone else playing it, so thought it was just an unlock. Yeah, it's with the deluxe edition. If you pre-ordered the game, you just got the skin for free, I think. No, you had to pre-order the deluxe edition. The skin you got for pre-ordering was the Sonic Adventure 1 skin. I'm misremembering things, like I tend to do. You have 1 minute and 33 seconds before this island blows up like Krakatoa blows up a fucking volcano. It's about to be Mount Fiji in here. Wouldn't Paramount need to work with Illumination for the Super Smash Bros. Universe movie since Illumination does the Mario movie? Yeah, and by extension, they'd have to work with Universal since Universal owns Illumination.
Universal owns Paramount too, so there's not really...
No, Universal doesn't own Paramount. Viacom owns Paramount.
Huh.
Yeah, the Paramount's a Viacom company.
That is literally the only reason why Transformers Earthspark aired on Paramount Plus and Nickelodeon.
then hold the phone. Why then is with Universal Transformers?
They're not with Universal, they're with Paramount.
Yeah, but I'm meaning Universal owns like the
No, they have a ride at Universal Studios, but that's it.
Right. And they're also working to do a Sonic
because
the Hedgehog
Universal
themed world now.
Yeah, because Universal strikes deals with other movie companies to have their movies represented at their park, because it's cheaper than all these studios opening their own parks in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah,
that's also why there's a Harry Potter. That's also why there's a Harry Potter world there, even though that's owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, but also Universal's been trying to buy Harry Potter for years.
Yes, but like they've always had stuff that wasn't just Universal.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least at the Orlando park. The California park started out as just a tour of the Universal backlot.
Right.
That's also why they had The Simpsons one there, even though that was owned by Fox. That replaced I think it replaced the Wacky World of Hanna-Barbera.
No.
No, wait, no, it replaced... Why did it replace it? Yeah, replaced Back to the Future. I knew it was one of those three. It was either that, or King Kong, because all three of those aren't there anymore.
Yeah. I remember because I actually got to do the Back to the Future back in the day, and that was like my favorite part of Universal Studios, to where when me and my friends went back there, like, what was it, 3-4 years ago?
I think 5 years ago or something like that, but,
2021.
So 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
So yeah, 4 years ago. Back when we went there, I was actually like looking forward to the Simpsons stuff. I enjoyed most of it. I was genuinely disappointed with the ride. I felt it was like one of the worst things at Universal.
Seems like a weird thing to replace Back to the Future with anyway.
I mean, it actually made sense if they actually had the story still going. But the story is that Krusty the Clown bought the location lot from Doc Brown so that he could use it as a theme park.
This time we get to see how... Sorry to interrupt. This time we get to see how Sonic and Friends got off the island. Tails just flew them. That's the only difference between those two cutscenes, is that they superimposed Tails' in-game model over that.
Meanwhile, on Pumpkin Hill...
Yep, time for the Pumpkin Hill rap, second most iconic song in the game.
Look who's come to dinner.
That's from Sonic 1, not Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh.
That's from Sonic 1 on the Genesis. Fake fan.
Fuck you.
And yes, I will sue you.
I did not say, and I quote, so sue me. I did not say that.
I knew there was a strong likelihood you would.
Yeah, well, and I didn't, though.
Because I stopped you from saying it. Be honest.
No, I said fuck you.
Ladies. One of you is attractive.
Thank you.
Screw you.
Wait, you do mean me, right?
I will admit the vaccine model is something I would be attracted to if you and I weren't.
If it wasn't me behind it, because that makes it too weird.
The whole knowing each other for years, close friends thing, yeah.
Yeah, I getcha.
Also, hey, you found my cousin.
Yeah,
Which
and
one?
now he's gone.
You found Baboom.
Baboom the Babomb?
Yes.
I should probably... Wow, the bomb icon's covering up the hint. A 3-foot gap. Pumpkin Mountain. Okay. Oh god, I have to measure 3 feet in-game.
You can do it! I believe in you!
Basically, this just means spam the dig move. Because the Dreamcast version doesn't have that little exclamation point over your head when you're right on top of an emerald. That was an extra life.
Rats.
Rats.
I don't know about you guys, but having to dig like that would just drive me crazy. Crazy?
I don't know about you, but rats drive me crazy.
Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A room with rats. And rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A room with rats. And rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room.
Near the foot of the stairs on top of the mountain. There we go. I had a third hint, but I missed it.
Practice how to throw a bomb.
There it is. I didn't need to dig at all.
God damn it.
Nice.
Like I said, the emerald placements in Sonic Adventure 2 are just kind of fucky. Because, like, they're different in each... They're different in each version of Sonic Adventure 2, and I don't know why.
Hi, Billy Mays here.
And I don't mean, like, oh, they just spawn in random places. Like, yeah, they spawn in random places on each low of the stage, but the placements they can potentially spawn in are different between Dreamcast, GameCube, and HD.
King of the Hill. Ghost Train
King
Mountain.
of the Hill. Dang old Ghost Train Mountain, I tell you what. Dang old
man, I'll tell you what, man. I ain't gonna go.
Dang on, tell you what, man. Ghost Train Mountain.
Take the rocket.
Punk, take the rocket. Take the rocket. Dang old man. Master Emeralds, man. Boom, boom.
What they said.
I used to be able to do a spot on Dale Gribble.
I could see that. I could see that.
I'm actually like so out of practice with Dale Gribble, it's insane.
In a car that fires a cannon, so I have to kill an enemy.
Hank, if you listen to me, I'll tell you this. Nope, that ain't it.
Listen, Hank. The government The government just doesn't want you to know about the location of the Master Emerald because they don't want you to know that it can help you rewrite reality so all of your coin flips come out the opposite of how they originally did. It would break the fabric of reality and potentially make you a millionaire.
It would break the reality of, break the fabric of reality, Hank. You gotta get the Hank.
Hank.
in there.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to come with me right now. You're the Lost Sailor Scout. I knew this day would come. There it is. There's the Dale.
Glad I could help you get your Dale back.
I knew this day would come. Oh, God. Rest in peace, Dale Gribble's voice actor.
Yeah. One of my favorite things that came out of, like, the universal love of Dale Gribble from the fandom is, like, there's a... You know how there's, like, specific YouTube accounts that always show up in people's comment sections in the most random places? People like Justin Y, Guru Larry, TJ Henry Yoshi. There's one that shows up in a lot of random comment sections named Rusty Shackleford.
Yes! Dale is actually on my cosplay list. One of these days, I'm gonna do it. I just need to find a group of people to walk around with.
Yeah. I'm not balding enough to pull out, well, I'm not balding at all, but specifically to, pull off, Bill.
I'm not gonna ask you, JKR, don't worry.
Good, you shouldn't.
I could do a decent, it sucks because I could do a decent Bill voice. You just kinda gotta get into this kind of range. You sound kind of wimpy and pathetic as possible.
So basically just...
We're out of beer.
Just basically just channel your inner Stephen Root.
Yes. Whoever that is.
That's the voice actor for Dale. Or for, Bill. He's also more famously the, I believe you have my stapler guy.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie, but I know what you're talking about, Office Space. Yeah, another Mike Judge production.
He was also one of the people in Dodgeball, one of the main people of Dodgeball.
Okay. I'm sure I'd recognize him if I saw him. Well, I know what the
In the
stapler
center of a
guy looks
triangle.
like.
It's in the center of the triangle, Ari.
I found him.
See what I tell you?
You
He told me that it's in the center of a triangle.
Yes.
Did you try an angle?
Not too
I'll see myself out.
I'm getting nothing but C ranks.
Me and Furret are very disappointed in you, Ari.
Hey, you know what they say? C.
What you promised.
You know what they say? C's get degrees.
I hate that saying.
It's Dr. Eggman, the world's greatest scientist, and soon to be the world's greatest ruler.
I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch-ass motherfucker.
That will never get old.
I love that one of the most popular mods for the PC version is to insert that over this cutscene.
It's on streaming now. We can talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Sonic 3?
Yeah.
I love that they legit did a piss on the moon.
I mean, it's taken from this game. They didn't, like, do the piss on the moon joke, but they included the blowing up the moon, but recontextualized it.
Yeah, to where it was Knuckles accidentally turned the thing wrong.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad because I was talking to Skylar right after we both saw the movie. Like, she and I saw it around the same time. So after we saw it, she was saying how she was disappointed in the fact that they didn't do the whole pissing on the moon shtick. And I'm like, you do realize that this is...
It's a PG movie. It's also a meme that it's a particular meme that Sega seems to not be particularly into because it's so vulgar.
Yeah, but you know the thing is though, I would have been
like Mike Pollock had to put out a statement saying, "Please stop requesting me to say this."
Exactly. And then I was also like, you know, if anything, if Eggman had just said, "I've come to make an announcement," just said that. I mean, like, personally, I think if he could have just said, you know, like if he was putting out like a announcement or something in movie.
Yeah, just say I've come to make an announcement, and that would have satisfied people enough because they would have gotten the joke.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like that's what.
Thanks for the head pats. And also, why is it so loud this time? It's not supposed to be this loud.
No. I didn't know that had...
It was too quiet last time. Now it's too loud.
Oh my god.
Fixed it.
I didn't even know it had noises.
Yeah, because when you used it last time, it was so quiet that you couldn't hear it.
Ari, I thought you fixed that.
No, I fixed it. I thought I fixed it, but it was too quiet, so I turned it back up a little bit, and now it's that loud.
Oh, jeez.
Take it from absolute trans femme icon, Decooters is the one that audio comes from. I didn't even know she was trans until I saw it in the comments of one of her videos.
If you ever get around to watching Hell of a Boss, I do have a request.
Yeah?
For a thing for either my stream or yours once I get stuff set up.
Does it involve that specific voice changer preset that you like so much?
No.
No, that's a different series. Go on.
I was gonna say, one of the emotes that I would love for my stream would be Sally Mae doing Ye Fucking Ha.
Okay, you only get to do your own custom emotes after you get affiliate.
I know.
But if you get to that point, I could point you towards some artists that could do those emotes.
Yeah.
Are you talking emotes or are you talking like channel point redeems?
Channel point redeems.
Okay, yeah. Those are affiliates only, but there is a service that I use for like the Arzette stuff, for example, has an option where you can have them be like in chat commands where people type in the command and it makes it happen without having to use channel points. So you could still have that set up. And then when you eventually get affiliate, which I'm going to try and help as much as I can to get you towards, you can have it be a channel point redeem.
Nice.
Through that same service.
JKR can tell you that Sally Mae is like the one trans character in the world I am not okay for.
What about Poison from Final Fight?
Never honestly cared about Final Fight.
You at least know Poison, though, right? Because she's like an icon.
Poison.
You know of Poison. You know of her probably more through her legacy of like her incredibly complicated gender identity throughout the years, rather than like anything about her character, which is sadly the thing she's most known for, is that like the whole reason that they made her trans wasn't for trans representation, but because like they were afraid that people would complain that one of the enemies in Final Fight that you fight is a woman. So the developers were like, no, she's trans.
And River City Girls makes fun of that at one point.
As they should. But Poison, the way they portray Poison is like, they don't even bring up the gender identity confusion over the years because they define her transness differently in the West and in Japan in very weird ways and very icky ways. But yeah, nowadays they're just like, she's sexy. And that's how it should be. Also, she's named after the hair metal band Poison. Because most of the villains in that game were named after 80s rock and metal bands.
Yeah, that tracks.
That's why the character that for the longest time in the West was known as Katana, in Japan is called Sodom.
So, Ari, did you see that the final episode of season 1 of Transformers? I think was it Earthfall? Yeah, Earthfall.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that it's out, and I need to find a time to get people together for the commentary track on it for a stream.
Yes.
Like it came out last night, I believe.
Yep.
And I'm still saving my first viewing for that on-stream experience when we can get as many people from the cast and crew together as possible.
I still need to watch any of Earthfall.
So do I. I haven't watched any of it yet. That's why I am watching it on stream for the first time with people that worked on it.
Nice.
As someone who worked on it, I haven't watched it yet, which, you know, I said, once I pitched it for, like, I'm saving it so we can all get together and commentate on it together and talk about, like, what was like working on it. I feel like that would make for an interesting first viewing experience, not just for myself, but for the chat.
Very good.
Do it.
For the record, I voiced Knockout in that show, if you weren't already aware.
Yeah, because you've got me, Chuck, and Red Wing on board. I know that much.
Yeah, and RJ said he's on board, too.
Okay.
But yeah, I voiced Knockout, and I already know my performance in the first episode, at least, is not going to be very good, because I didn't get into the right range for it when I heard, like, the preview clip of it. I get better as the series goes on, and by episode 12, I've, like, nailed getting into the Darren Norris range.
Nice.
So it's like, from what I remember, my first episode performance was, you know, more just kind of generally kind of camp and snippy like this. Whereas by the end of the series, I get more down into the more proper Darren Norris range, sounding more like this. What?
That was random and funny.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite lines from Transformers Prime is like, okay, what?
Precisely, my lord. Wait, what? Like, I know the line you're talking about. It's from the episode Thirst, where Starscream puts blame on Knockout, and the idea is that previously they both agreed to tell Megatron the truth, but Starscream decided just to pass the buck over to Knockout.
As Starscream is wont to do, and if I remember correctly, Megatron doesn't believe him.
Yeah, as far as I understand, he doesn't even give a shit like who actually is at fault. He's just like, he knows both of them were involved somehow, and he's just like, he doesn't care about like the details of what exactly led up to it. All he knows is that, you know,
he doesn't care whose fault it is. He just cared that it didn't work.
Yeah, like that it went out of control, basically.
He's like, I don't care whose fault it is. I just cared that you fucked up.
Yeah, right. Like Prime, I think Prime itself was an okay series. It had
It's got one of the best incarnations of Megatron in terms of his competency.
Yeah.
It's also one of my favorite Starscream designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I like lanky Starscream.
Steve Bloom also nailed the
Steve Bloom is chewing the fuck out of the scenery like it's made out of Reese's cups. And
it's Steve Bloom, did you expect him to not?
But especially a Starscream.
Starscream.
Yeah. And that's the funny thing, like honestly, if I had to pick a voice actor to do Starscream, like it would definitely be Steve Bloom. Failing getting Steve Bloom, I'd probably go with Fred Tortador, or however you pronounce his last name, the guy who voices Starscream.
Tadaro.
Tadaro, yes, the guy who voices Starscream in the War for Cybertron trilogy and the Prime Wars trilogy. Because apparently he was also he was actually a fan voice actor back in the day with like, you know, early days of the fandom, like sometime around the time that Robot Masters had its own anime going on, like the short-lived anime that Robot Masters was going on for, and like he was part of a fan dub group that actually dubbed it.
I remember that, speaking of Transformers fan dubs, I remember back in the days where Behind the Voice Actors had its own casting call section.
Yeah.
There was someone that was trying to do a fan dub of the Headmasters, and I got cast as Triptychon, and then it never went anywhere.
Yeah. Like a lot of the projects we auditioned
like
for.
Like every Transformers project we auditioned for before Earthfall, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I did one for
the server for that Dying Hope series is still up, even though he never made a single episode, even though we recorded like 10 episodes worth of dialogue.
Yeah.
I did one for some Transformers thing where I auditioned for with my Charles Adler impression of Starscream, and it never went anywhere either. So
yeah.
I also
a trend with behind the actors.
Well, they don't have a casting call section anymore, so
right.
The reason they cut it, by the way, was because it was costing too much to store all those MP3 and WAV files that people would upload for their auditions.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Plus,
but now we have
now.
Not only that, but there's also Casting Call Club, which actually does.
And Casting Call Club actually does like professional stuff as well.
Exactly.
So like,
is that the one that's run by Mark Grew?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I don't know who runs it.
Because I've been seeing ads on Facebook for actually one of my. Okay, so weird like thing here, but one of my friends apparently is a professional voice actor, or at least one of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook. Guy named Mark Grew. And he does.
Oh, Mark Grau. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That's Hotel Mario.
Yeah, I'm friends with him on Facebook.
He's also Mr. Zircon from the Ratchet and Clank series.
Nice. Nice. For the record, we're not like, you know, oh, hey, Mark, how you doing? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. Kind of it's the same way that I'm Facebook friends with the creator of Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Right.
And like,
or the creator of Billy and Mandy.
Yeah.
Right.
And like, I'm also friends with
or Kate Higgins.
Like I'm friends with what's his name? God damn, why is his name escaping me? Don't know why his name escaping me. I met him at TFCon Chicago back in 2018, 22.
Richard Newman?
No, I met him at Orlando, but I've been friends with him since like before I met him in Orlando. But there's another one. He did like I think he was the story editor behind Ron Perlman. I think no, wait, not Ron Perlman.
Not Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman wasn't a story editor.
No, I'm remembering the name wrong. I gotta look it up. But he was the one behind.
Speaking of Rons, I was Facebook friends. Well, I still use Facebook with Ron Wasserman.
Yeah, let's say I am friends with the story editor for Transformers the movie.
Okay.
It was tougher than I thought it would be.
And a few other people. Let's see.
Where are you going? Move aside, Knuckles.
Who all was I friends with?
Who was I going with? Oh, Mark. How'd you say his name?
Mark Grau.
Yeah, Mark Grau. He advertises for Casting Call Club all the time.
Okay, then he doesn't run it, but I think he just advertises it.
Yeah, he offers lessons and stuff for voice actors.
Okay. Yeah, because Casting Call Club also does like paid lessons. Anyway, time for Tails' version of the driving stage. By the way, did you know there's a drifting mechanic in the driving stages and by extension the kart racing minigame?
Nice.
You just let go of the gas and then hammer it on again, and then you drift.
Tokyo Drift?
I think this predated Tokyo Drift. Yeah, it did.
Ron. Okay, I found him. Ron Friedman.
Ron Friedman, okay.
That is
Sid
way
Hoffman
different from Ron
or Sid
Perlman.
Fwenchman? Sid Hoffwenchman.
Let's see.
Gesundheit.
I don't speak Italian.
Well, thank God, because I was speaking French.
Meanwhile, the German student in here is gritting his teeth at both of those jokes.
Let's see.
Sir, I do wish you would stop calling them French fries. The French have not fried anything in years. And there's my racist joke for the day, everyone. Have a good night.
No. It's gotta be unintentional.
That's true. Also, that really...
Remember, Tails is just casually chasing after the president's limo, which is apparently traveling unguarded.
Also, that wouldn't really be racism so much as countryism.
Yeah. I would say nationalism, but no, that's a very different thing.
Yes.
I, sir, am not a nationalist.
Let's see, who...
That wrote itself.
Let's see.
By the way, they got real lucky with the button layouts for the controls in Sonic Adventure 2, because it made it so when they ported it to the Xbox 360, all they had to do was change the button, like, colors on the pop-up menu stuff, because the Dreamcast controller layout is A, B, X, Y in the same positions.
Yay, I found the president! I'll kill him.
You know, you joke about that, but in two completely unrelated comics, there have been times where Tails has been involved in a JFK-esque situation involving Robotnik as the one who's about to get JFK'd.
I don't know what makes me laugh harder about that. The fact that it's Dr. Robotnik, or the fact that you had to use JFK as a verb.
As a verb.
That's horrible. You should feel bad, and yet I know you don't. And I'm proud of you.
Is 50 plus years too soon?
Spare
the details. Exactly just what is it that you want? Dr. Eggman.
Well, let's just get down to business then.
Explain to me exactly what it is that you want. Dr. Eggman.
Since I know you are a
Best voice acting ever.
This is the same president that we would see in Shadow the Hedgehog.
No attempts to resist. Otherwise,
This is also the first mention of the Eggman Empire, I believe.
otherwise your country will cease.
Or at least this game is.
24 hours to give me your answer.
No way!
What the?
Like I said, he's traveling unguarded.
What the heck's going
And apparently the sunroof was open.
Don't worry, Mr. President. Everything's under control. Just leave it to us.
So Tails just got in there at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back when the fate of the world could be decided by a floppy disk.
And Sailor Moon had no idea how to use one.
Yep.
We're receiving an incoming signal from our agent.
Their agent Rouge the Bat. That
Siri?
if you... No, the voice actress just sounds like Siri.
I know.
Also, I disabled Siri on my phone, so we don't have to worry about that popping up again.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to help you with that.
They took out all the fun stuff out of Siri. You used to be able to ask her, like, what the plot of Star Wars is, and she would relate it from the droid's point of view. But now she just brings up a Google search for the plot of Star Wars.
Yeah. So I got a lot of plaster work I gotta do in this room, but thankfully it's pretty easy. Pretty easy work I gotta do.
You also used to be able to pit her against Alexa, but you can't anymore.
Yeah, you also you also used to be able to ask her, like, what a certain artist's best album is, and she would give you a recommendation of, like, an album. Now she just, like, say you could ask her, like, what Weird Al Yankovic's best album is, and she would give you an answer like, I think Weird Al Yankovic's best album is Straight Outta Linwood. But now she just does a Google search for highest rated album by the artist you say. Like, Anthony Fantano, internet's busiest music nerd, had a series where he would ask Siri for best albums by artists and judge her taste in music. But now he can't do that anymore.
You also used to be able to call her pewter, but you can't anymore. Or no, that was Alexa.
That was Alexa.
And you never could call her pewter. You could call her...
I think it just cut out the cut. You know what? I'm gonna stop myself given that I'm using this model.
No, when Batman, Lego Batman first came out, for the extent of, like, I want to say a couple months or so, you could program your Alexa to be called pewter.
Oh.
Like he does in the movie.
I thought it just cut off, I forgot about that, so I thought that Discord just did a Discord and cut off the beginning of what you said.
Yeah, I got you.
I was about to phrase it in a way that would be very sus given the model I'm using tonight.
The thing of it is both me and JK are right in this instance. Because you used to be able to call her computer too, but you can't anymore.
Yeah, you can. My Echo actually does answer to that.
Did you ever change her name back from computer? Because it might be a thing where you can't change it to that anymore.
Like, I have had it set for, the wake word has been computer. I can set it back if I wanted to. At least last I checked, I could. But, it also...
maybe they brought it back.
I don't know. I mean, for the longest time, my thing's always answered to computer just to avoid, my mom accidentally setting it off whenever she said Alexa, because we got, like, Alexas on every floor now.
Gotcha.
So, like I'm saying is, like, plus the fact is mine is no longer even a female. Mine is actually a British male.
You know, Alexa would be better if she wasn't a smart device and if her name wasn't Alexa and if she was Hitomi Tanaka instead.
I know that in Japan you can set it to Hatsune Miku mode.
There also used to be a Domino's app that lets you have virtual Hatsune Miku concerts on top of your Domino's pizza box. But it's lost media now. There was a commercial for it that became a meme because it was the CEO of Domino's talking about Hatsune Miku. Like, hi, I'm Scott, the CEO of Domino's. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku?
That just sounds bad.
Also, I'm going to say this outright. Through a particular Domino's in Northern Ireland. I'm just going to say that right here and now.
I was going to say screw Domino's in general because Marco's is better.
Well,
I was going to say screw Domino's in general because I like not having cardboard for dinner.
Yeah, that's fair too. I mean, though, a certain friend of mine in Northern Ireland was actually called in to go to work yesterday, but there was also like a really bad windstorm in their area. So, yeah, so their job was like apparently they work at a Domino's, and their boss basically told them like, "No, you gotta come in," and it's like, how the fuck is anybody coming in? Like, a lot of people called off, and they weren't the only ones because they had to take care of their grandmother. So it was like, you know, hey, kind of have to deal with her first. That's my first priority.
Is this particular friend of the vampire variety?
More like, well, maybe they're a vampire. I don't know. I mean, their name is taken from the ancient demon and lord of envy and the great beast of the sea.
George Bush?
Leviathan?
Yes.
The great lord of the sea, George Bush.
Not George Bush for it.
I was trying to say Lugia, but for some stupid reason that I will never understand how my brain works, it came out Bush.
That just made it funnier. Like it's like a bit that would be on like early Family Guy, where like it makes me think of like the episode where I think it was the episode where they have to go into witness protection and move to the south, and like they're in the forest and they're like they say sometimes you can see Donnie Most coming out of the mist.
That's actually where I got one of my random things that I yell out. That exact episode is the, oh god, it's everywhere! It's even in my raccoon wounds! Because, like...
Yeah.
But, yeah, so... yes, their name is taken from Leviathan.
Yeah,
okay, I think I know who you're talking about now, even though I don't know them personally. I figured out the name.
Yeah.
Mutual friend of me and JKR's.
Yeah. One who I have been playing a lot of Minecraft with for the past couple of days, because Pony left both of us unsupervised on his new server.
Uh-oh. I still need to get into that server. I keep forgetting to, like...
But yeah,
by the way,
like,
apparently
honestly,
Eggman mass-produced Gamma.
I saw that, yeah. I was gonna ask about that, but I was kind of like hooked up on talking about the Minecraft thing. But yeah.
Yes,
so...
your friend whose name is clearly derived from the word Leviathan. If you take certain letters from the name. Fun.
Yes. Surprisingly enough, actually, yesterday he and I were just kind of messing
through it.
This is the only stage where you need to pick stuff up, by the way. They include that mechanic carried over from Sonic Adventure 1 and only put it in here. As, like, required for stage progression. The rest of the game, like, you can pick stuff up, but you never really need to. And it's used for interacting with Chow in the Chow Garden.
But yeah, so our friend and I were actually we were making jokes a lot these past couple days because let's just say how bad can we be? We're just doing what comes naturally.
I've never seen that movie, and I refuse to, solely because of the fact that they decided that the best way to advertise a movie based on a story about environmentalism was to have as many corporate sponsors as possible.
Yep. Yeah, I just like a couple of things from that movie, like the memes that came out of it.
Also, the weird casting of Danny DeVito as the Lorax. I can't imagine him as the Lorax, because the Lorax is not a grump. If anything, he's a not-so-grump.
Fair enough. So he's the Dan Avidan of environmentalism. Got it.
Yes.
But anyway.
Not the JonTron, but the Dan Avidan.
Actually, I think it's Dan Avidan.
Either way.
Whatever.
But he'll go by Dan Avidan because he likes the idea of the joke with his name sounding similar. But
I mean, I guess it's like how Chad Kroeger lets people call him Chad Kroger because he didn't tell anyone that his name's actually pronounced Kruger until a few years ago.
Exactly. So Aaron also has a similar thing where his name is Aaron Henson, but everyone calls him Aaron Hansen.
Because it's spelled Hansen.
Anyway.
But where I was going with that whole thing was I was going to say, surprisingly, Danny DeVito did a great job with Lorax.
I'm not denying that he did a great job. It just seems like odd casting.
The movie in general just sucked.
Yeah.
Like, let's put in a whole subplot where a little boy is trying to get laid by Taylor Swift.
Isn't that the main plot, basically?
Yes.
Of the Lorax?
Yes, that is like 100% like the main plot of the movie. Rather than focusing on, the story of the Lorax and the one slur and all that, it's all about a little boy trying to get laid by Taylor Swift. I wish I was fucking joking. By replanting seeds throughout the town.
Yeah.
The one slur is like a
also they just straight up lifted a thing that was a gag in Spaceballs and made it a primary part of the plot with the selling canned air to people.
Yup.
Yeah.
But yeah,
sort of like how
great songs.
Sort of like how DMC Devil May Cry dedicated a whole chunk of its story to playing the Fry and the Slurm Factory episode 100% seriously. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to harp on the Devil May Cry reboot for, even though I've softened up on it over the years, is that there's an entire chunk of the plot about trying to take down a popular soft drink factory where it turns out that the soft drink is actually made from, not from, like, soft drink ingredients, but from a giant slug-like monster. And I'm like, you just took an episode of Futurama and played it as deep, serious social commentary. And acted like you were the ones who came up with it.
But yeah, so like basically what happened is Pony has created a quote-unquote economy in his Minecraft realm. But I'm just gonna be flat out honest here. Pony, if you're listening out there, sorry. But we've rejected your economy and substituted our own.
What, did you form a communist? Did you form a communism?
No, Levi.
I like that I'm using a communism as, like, a different kind of noun.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, we've basically established our own trading economy where it's like Levi and I have basically cornered almost every, like, two of the most major markets when it comes to this game. Like, he does a lot of the mining, I do a lot of the farming. So if people need to need like animals or anything like that, they come to me. I charge them like however much gold or whatever they need, like whatever I need, and they happen to have. I
just noticed that I just noticed that the first hint we have for this key is white family. And given that we're in an ancient Egyptian,
this wasn't a racist game.
Given that this is an ancient Egyptian pyramid, I gotta say this is like, I guess this is set in like a Texas school books version of an ancient Egyptian pyramid.
Apparently,
you know that history book that shows like standard white man as the pharaoh.
The kind that would cast Ralph Fiennes as a pharaoh.
Let's be honest, the kind that would, and this really did happen in a movie, the kind that would cast John Wayne as Genghis Khan.
Prince of Egypt. Really good fucking movie.
I'm not talking about Prince of Egypt.
No. I know you're not. But I was.
Casting Ralph Fiennes as the pharaoh, yeah.
Rats. What I was going to say, JKR, is if you guys need a third in on this whole economy thing, I could take on the digging role.
Never say if you need a third, because saying you need a third is talking about like a third person for a polyamorous couple.
Yeah, no. And Levi and I are just friends. We're just friends. We're not like that. And also,
at least not yet.
Even if...
Sorry, I had to. I'm contractually obligated.
I didn't hear that. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
I'm contractually obligated, the worst kind of obligated.
But yeah, so for the thing is, Levi already kind of has that department covered because he's the minor. Yes,
I know he's younger than you, but what does that have to do with anything?
I didn't mean it like that, you idiot. I said he's a minor, as in, with an E. Like mining for ore and shit like that?
Yeah.
Yes, that is the joke.
I couldn't take the joke any further, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't take the joke any further.
I had to kill that joke right then and there because it was just that bad.
So you were killing the joke, JKR?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, he's got the mining department covered. I've got the pretty much the farming department covered.
But none of you are digging holes.
Isn't mining just digging a hole through stone? When you think about it.
Mining is technically digging horizontally.
I mean, you can still dig horizontally. You can also mine vertically.
Yeah, that's actually what we're doing a lot of right now. We've actually we've pretty much found our own cave system we're actually trying to expand on. Because we found like different cave systems and we're just now at this point trying to connect all of them.
But if I can't dig, why for should I play Minecraft?
Oh, you can still dig. It's just we're basically we have a society going on.
We live in a society.
Yes, exactly.
The JKR says we live in a society.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Levi lives up in the sky. So, and for me, in a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit.
And his name was Bilbo Baggins. He's only 3 feet tall. You know, actually, the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins as performed by Leonard Nimoy.
Yes. I know. I
still can't believe he did that. It's one of the weirdest. Yeah. It's almost as weird as the fact that there's an instructional video for Laserdisc players hosted by Leonard Nimoy. Or the fact that there's a Y2K survival guide hosted by Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, God. But yeah, we were just calibrating the subsystems, and we had a surge. But it's fine now. How are you?
One of the other weird facts about Leonard Nimoy that you learn is, you know, the monorail episode of The Simpsons?
No.
No.
Okay. Basically, there's like a whole episode about on The Simpsons in which they invest a whole bunch of Mr. Burns' money into building a faulty monorail system because the guy that sells it to them is a shifty motherfucker. That guy was originally supposed to be voiced by Leonard Nimoy, but he couldn't commit to the time, so Phil Hartman took over the role. However, Leonard Nimoy is still in the episode playing himself.
Okay.
Like in a brief cameo appearance. But like finding out that he was supposed to be the shifty monorail guy, but couldn't commit to it, but could commit to like 3 lines recorded as himself.
Okay, but
that
like
makes the episode all the funnier.
Let's be real, that
Especially
from the sounds of
because
it, that episode would have been worse if it was Leonard Nimoy rather than Phil Hartman. Because Phil Hartman plays those characters naturally. Played. May he rest in peace.
Wasn't he the one who got killed by his wife like shortly before the movie premiere of Small Soldiers?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about the specific time frame, but yeah.
I knew it was
it. The Small Soldiers was his final movie.
Yeah.
Didn't he also voice Troy McClure?
Yes, he was Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz.
And he was the original choice to play Zap Brannigan, but then that happened. What we just said. So Billy West did an impression of Phil Hartman.
Incidentally, his last appearance on The Simpsons was as Lionel Hutz, running a real estate agency because being a lawyer wasn't working out for him anymore. And he was a shady motherfucker about it.
He was also in the PS1 game Blasto as the voice of Blasto. He was supposed to be a big new mascot character, but then he was murdered, so they canceled the in pre-production sequel rather than recast him.
Yep.
Well, it's a shame that Blasto turned out to be a piece of shit game. I played Blasto. It's not fun. It's hard for all the wrong reasons.
I actually have a copy of that somewhere, thanks to our long-deceased friend. God damn it, not long. Mutually deceased friend.
I was just gonna say, he didn't pass away that long ago. It's like 2 years.
I'm tired and my brain does funny things when I'm tired.
Your brain does funny things usually, but I know what you mean.
My brain doesn't brain like other brains brain.
Never use brain as a verb, because that is used in a lot of adult stuff for, like, ramming really hard.
I didn't know that. I didn't need to know that.
It's also a term used for, like, bashing someone over the head so it caves in their skull.
Yeah, that I knew. I didn't know the other one, but I knew the,
There's a lot of weird terms in that industry.
Yeah.
Are you having difficulties there?
Yeah, because I don't know how you're... I don't have any hints. There's a hint monitor right there. Iron protects the same... Okay, but how do I break? How do I break these? Wait, no, I get it. I've just never seen this spawn here before. I never knew what that was for.
I found him.
I've been playing this game since 2001, and I've never seen that happen before.
It was like right there a second before you started trying to.
Yes, but I didn't notice it because I didn't know it was supposed to be there. I've been playing this game for 24 years, and I never noticed that.
Huh? Who's there?
What the fuck?
What the? A ghost?
This is never mentioned again or explained where the ghost came from. He's just here to give Knuckles a boss other than Rouge.
It is, however, mentioned in the Sonic 2 movie, or Sonic 3 movie.
Yep, and it got its own dedicated episode in Sonic X.
Knuckles
Funnily enough,
randomly
its dedicated episode was not part of the Sonic Adventure 2 adaptation in Sonic X.
Nice.
And yes, I shall hydrate.
But
There
yes,
we go,
the joke
hydration
about,
achieved.
The joke about Knuckles being afraid of Casper, of all things.
Yep, his fear of ghosts spawns from this game, but they never, like, specifically mention King Boom Boo again. Or, like, explain where King Boom Boo came from.
Because
and
they
this
can't call him King Boo.
Well, this predates Luigi's Mansion's release, so it's coincidental that they both had ghost characters in them that had King and Boo in their name.
I was just gonna make a joke. It's like any relation to King Boo.
Actually,
Did
like
King Boo start in Mario 64?
No, that was Big Boo. They made him King Boo in the DS version.
I hate Mario lore. You heard me, Mario!
I hate Mario lore too, because, like, what even is canon in Mario?
Supposedly none of it.
The answer is everything and nothing at the same time.
I still prescribe to the idea that Mario, Bowser, and Peach are actually in a polyamorous relationship.
And that this is their foreplay? Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah, this is all about their foreplay, and Luigi keeps getting dragged into it.
As far as Shigeru Miyamoto's concerned, however much his take on the development of the Mario franchise holds water, given that he hasn't actively worked on Mario since Mario 64. Well, technically, since the canceled Super Mario 128. He takes it as, like, they're all plays with the Mario characters as actors in them.
Yep.
You can do it. You can do it. Fuck.
You can score, like, 2 or 3 hits, or maybe even 4 hits on him in one combo, but only, in my experience, only during the first phase of the fight, because it gets progressively faster. Like, one time I managed to get 3 hits on him, given that it takes 4 to take him down. But I've never been able to do that again. Also, his tongue makes me think of Ed, Edd, and Eddy with how their tongues were always different colors. And Danny Antonucci said that was, like, a reference to his childhood, how, like, one of the more popular candies or genres of candy, shall we say, in his childhood was, like, candies that would make your tongue change a different color.
Didn't he also jokingly confirm the whole "they're all dead" thing?
No.
Or no, that was Courage the Cowardly Dog people. Never mind.
Well, the Courage the Cowardly Dog guy, he said in an interview with Rebel Taxi that, like, he sees where the evidence for that is, and he encourages people to come up with their own ideas of, like, series lore.
That was pretty rough.
We did it! Let's go, Amy! Yeah!
You little thieves. Did you really think
Danny Antonucci also apparently liked to troll the largely American viewer base of Ed, Edd, and Eddy, given that, like, he said that Ed, Edd, and Eddy, that Double D's hatless appearance would be revealed in the finale, and it wasn't. And also the finale movie aired overseas, like, a year before it aired in America. There's also on-camera footage of him saying "fuck America," so yeah, he likes to troll the Americans.
Ari, did what I say even register with you?
I didn't hear you.
I said Double D's nuts.
Oh. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever.
The timing was off. You know what they say? You know what they say? The key to comedy is
timing.
No. Theft and getting away with it.
That's fair.
What's a skeleton's favorite instrument?
The bongos, because they don't have lungs or lips.
I was hoping that one of you would say the trombone. Going in with that whole comedic timing thing.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, that's an old joke. Now...
Plus, I'm the tromboner here. I'm the one that's allowed to make trombone jokes.
She's got a point for it.
I played trombone for 8 years, and I still have my trombone. It's just in storage right now.
I could play the ocarina.
I have an ocarina. It's just not like the, good kind of ocarina layout. It's like the one where, it's not in the layout that was used in Ocarina of Time, which is the kind of ocarina everyone wants solely because of Ocarina of Time.
Hilariously, that's the ocarina I have.
I wanted to get that one, but at the Renaissance Fair, which is where I got this ocarina, but right as I was about to get it, they noticed that the paint on it wasn't sealed properly, so they wouldn't let me buy it.
Fair enough.
And it was the last one they had, so they couldn't give me another.
Fuck.
In fact, JKR even probably remembers this, but I was actually going to use my ocarina back when we were doing the Pokemon Abridged movies.
Yeah.
One of the jokes was I was going to use my ocarina as the sound for when she's playing her ocarina in Pokemon 2000. And the song that summons Lugia was going to be Never Gonna Give You Up.
Oh. I remember one of the first Ocarina of Time mods I ever saw back in the early days of YouTube was someone, hacked their own song into Ocarina of Time, and it was the AVGN theme. And when you play it, it sends you back to the past.
This is the space colony where Eggman is hiding.
And in case you just heard, yes, I has Kitty.
I didn't hear.
Is everyone all right? We should be landing soon.
Alright, how many times do I have to tell you? You're not a cat! Quit pretending you're a cat!
You're not a cat, you're a furret.
Sorry about that. Sawyer was being an asshole out of nowhere for some reason.
Well, when isn't he being an asshole?
I have no idea.
Also, if you notice that the characters keep talking over each other in this game, that's because the animations were synced to the Japanese audio. So they had to either speak really quickly or just layer lines on top of each other for the English dub.
Nice.
That's also why you often see characters cutting each other off. Or cutting themselves off, even. Also, this is the scene that introduces the fake emerald that you saw in Shadow Generations.
Research center of its kind. But looking at it now...
This is why you don't get kids to voice kids.
Now it's an abandoned ark, wouldn't you say?
There's not much time left before Eggman fires that weapon again. We've got to hurry. Let's find the...
We have to hurry before he pisses on the Earth!
Someone designed that weapon to be impenetrable.
Never mind the fact that the tides and weather patterns are currently fucked.
So we have to find a way to destroy it. Isn't that
Yep.
Chaos Emerald? It looks like it doesn't.
Did you move far away from your mic, JKR?
Yeah,
yes,
I did.
he did.
I'm dusting some stuff.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not going...
It's designed to reverse the...
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
What? Going what? Going what?
Like he was going baddie.
Going mad.
We're all mad here.
We'll switch the Chaos Emeralds.
Can I please play soccer with him just once, Maxine? Just once.
Do it at your own house.
Oh.
You guys always leave me behind and have all the fun.
They also, not exactly the brightest idea to leave not the brightest idea to leave Amy all by herself in Eggman's fortress, which is exactly what leads to her getting captured by him. Amy just doesn't have much to do in this story, and yet is one of the most important characters in how the story plays out.
I actually bought, because Walmart was having a sale the other day. Believe it or not, Walmart having a sale.
Walmart having a sale? Perish the thought.
But they had, on clearance, they had the PlayStation 5 version of the Sonic Origins.
Oh, nice.
So I've been playing through all the games with Amy Rose.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that collection also includes the art book.
Yes. She is a very useless version of Knuckles.
Well, it's because classic Amy never had an actual playable appearance in those games, and they were limited by what the game's engines could pull off. So it's like, what the fuck do we do to make Amy distinct from the other characters?
She's basically like a mix of Sonic and Knuckles, but somehow worse than Knuckles.
Also, as of Sonic Superstars, they retconned that Super Knuckles and Super Tails and Super Forms for anyone that's not the male hedgehogs in the series, and Trip for some reason, do not exist anymore. They now, instead of getting super forms, they temporarily get superpowers.
Is there a difference?
Bullshit.
The difference is they don't get
exist.
The difference is they don't have a completely different appearance from their base form. They just get an aura.
Ow. Well, that's distinctive enough, I guess.
But functionally, they play the same as Supersonic. Except for Super Trip.
Yeah.
She turns into a golden dragon and gets the ability to just fly across the stage, which breaks the game.
There are days I wish I was much more big into the Sonic lore than I actually am.
Well, even Sega wasn't into the Sonic lore up until Ian Flynn took over.
As I say, I have absolutely no idea who the hell Trip is.
She's a relatively new character that first appeared in Sonic Superstars. She's a Sungazer lizard, and she wears like this cute little like clay helmet to hide her face. And she's called Trip because she's very clumsy.
She sounds adorable.
She's adorable, and she's just the sweetest thing. She's technically allied with Eggman for what little story Superstars has, but, like, you can tell that she doesn't want to be allied with him. It's just, like, misunderstandings, but not like... She doesn't ever fight against Sonic, so it's not like a Knuckles situation. It's just, like... She's the one who knows stuff about the island, I guess. I don't know Superstar's story. They don't do a good job of conveying the story. Which is why when you fight a giant purple dragon as the final boss that isn't mentioned anywhere in the game prior to it appearing, you're like, where the fuck did this come from? And people are like, oh, it's explained in the story synopsis that's on the official website and foreshadowed in one of the prequel animations. But I'm like, yeah, but where's that in the game?
Weird. I feel as though I'm being foreshadowed.
But yeah, Trip is a Sungazer lizard, which makes her the third reptile character we've had in the games. After Charmy, not after Charmy, SBO and Vector.
Yes.
And just like SBO, she has a horn on her snoot.
I looked her up. She is adorable.
Yep.
Looks to be about Tails' age, though.
Yeah, it takes place during the classic timeline, so it's when they're all younger.
Ah.
Okay, so what do I do
Superstars
now that...
is one I have not played.
Superstars is okay, gameplay-wise. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a must-play.
I mainly just want it for the Lego levels.
Well, it doesn't have Lego levels, it has Lego skins. And one of them was a pre-order exclusive that you can no longer get. Well, actually, no. Yeah, well, no. I was about to correct myself, but I'm like, no, it has never been released for purchase, which is a Lego Eggman skin for the boss fights.
Huh.
But you can buy the rest of the Lego skins separately.
Huh.
Hey, Kier. So I got something interesting that happened. We convinced the manager on duty to play Gorillaz, Daft Punk, and some K-pop and anime openings in the last hour. Amazing. Makes me think of my favorite coffee shop where I went in one time and they were playing some, like, power metal on the in-store radio. Or one of the last times I went to Jimmy John's and they were playing Guile's theme from Street Fighter 2.
Oh, Lord.
Ouch. My knee. Ow.
You all right there?
I hit my knee on my desk. Ow.
Please don't injure yourself. You're already injured enough.
Yeah.
I hate that they call bones like that a funny bone when it's not funny.
Oh, that's... Like,
It's the same observation that every kid makes once they learn which bones in the body are considered the funny bones. And yet it's still one of the deeper things that pops into my head every now and then. Like, isn't ice just hard water?
Yeah.
Is ice hard water? Or is water liquid ice?
Yes.
Ice is boner water. That's the wrong kind of hard. Also, you know that what makes the boner a boner is blood, right?
Huh?
So are you saying that water is ice that has that ice is water that has a lot of blood in it? You're making a funny boner? You know, you think you're making a shitty joke by that, but for a while, it used to be a common English language saying to refer to a gag or like a fuck up as a boner, which is what led to that infamous issue of Batman from like the 1940s or 50s where they keep referring to Joker's boner.
I did it! I gotta do better.
I'm sorry for making you guys think about Joker's boner. Inside Space Colony Arc. Cannon countdown, 45 minutes.
Now put that emerald.
Oh, goody. Marvel Snap is now back online.
Sorry.
After a week.
I didn't get that, Tails. What happened to Amy?
For those who don't know, Marvel Snap got taken down in the US because they were technically owned by TikTok.
Oh.
And now they are back up after a week, having started their own server company.
Okay.
So anyone
Anyway,
playing Marvel Snap, you can now play it again.
Apparently, I've never played Marvel Snap. I know nothing about it. I just know that people really like it.
I want to get it just so I can play it for a little while and get the exclusive nameplate in Rivals.
Oh.
Because it's
valid reason.
Yeah, the nameplate is Deadpool.
I think it would be Squirrel Girl.
No. It's Deadpool. Which is proving the theory that Deadpool is one of the upcoming characters.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't he be? He was gonna be added eventually. Given how popular he is.
I'll be RB, guys. I have to go get some water.
Okay. Try not to
not a
injure
bad
yourself
idea.
more.
You could fly around with yourself for a little while, right?
Yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna go grab something to drink too, other than Barrettos.
Also,
And
no promises. No promises, Ari. I'm about to go downstairs.
That's both hilarious and not. Don't hurt yourself, man.
Anyway, now we got Knuckles' sunglasses, which lets him see invisible things. You know, as sunglasses are known to do. In the center of a triangle star. And also, I just got around to reading your messages, Kier. It wasn't "I need a good dicking" that meant a good talking to. It was "I need some solid dick." That was the phrase. Which is why we have a panel of, I think it was Iron Man and Captain America talking to each other, with one of them saying that they need some solid dick. There was just so much cock-related sayings back in the day that that you just can't say in common parlance anymore. It's just one of those weird things to think about with the English language. It was very crotchular region focused. Obviously, it wasn't intended to be that way, but that's how the English language evolved. Also, with this, I've gotten both of Knuckles' optional upgrades, at least as story is concerned. Because I think Knuckles, with the exception of the Mystic Melody, is the only character where you can get all of his optional upgrades without returning to a previous level. Because Mystic Melody is optional for everyone. Like, in most of their cases, they have to go back to a previous level to get it, I think. Rouge, I know, to get her treasure scope, you have to go back to that level after you get both the digging upgrade and, well, actually, no, you don't have to go back after getting the digging upgrade, because that happens before you go to Security Hall. You have to get the iron boots from Mad Space before you can get the treasure scope.
I just returned with water and cheese and heard the words Rouge. Where is she?
After this level will be the boss fight with her.
I have been, unfortunately, Rouge deprived this whole stream.
Well, you missed out on, the Knuckles version of the first cutscene that introduces Rouge, which is the same cutscene, but it has Knuckles' theme playing over it.
Aww.
And is much less fitting. Because Knuckles' theme song is just, like, not incoherent, incomprehensible rap. Like, I can't make out what's being said because the sound mixing is too bad. Like, it's technically a remix of his theme from Sonic Adventure 1, but it's not recognizable apart from the chorus. And with a much less fun rapper.
Jeez. Can I offer you a Monterey Jack cream cheese or Colby Monterey and Colby Jack? God, I'm fucking this up.
The answer is no, because I don't like
cheese cube.
The answer is no, because I do not like either of those. I'm very like vanilla when it comes to my cheeses.
White American?
No. Provolone, Parmesan, mozzarella, baby Swiss, cheddar. Various cheeses that are mixed into three to five cheese pizzas that always end up tasting delicious together. as well, depending on which blend of 5 cheese or 3 cheese or 4, sometimes the rare 4 cheese pizza it is.
But what about the 99 cheese pizza?
That's too many cheeses. You would lose any semblance of the mixture of the various kinds of cheeses and would instead just get slop.
It was a joke from the live action, the first live action Ninja Turtles movie by Michael Bay.
Which I haven't seen. I've never seen any of the Ninja Turtles movies. The only Ninja Turtles anything that I've seen is parts of the 2003 cartoon. Nice. And the crossover episode with Power Rangers in Space, which was really bad. Weird, especially weird because it was the, like, if you count the opening 2 episodes as 2 parts of 1 episode, then the second proper episode of the series is the Ninja Turtles Next Mutation crossover. It's just weird to think about that. Like before the plot even gets a chance to build up on something, we go straight into the bad Ninja Turtles crossover. And then it's never mentioned again.
I'm back. I'm just checking something because I'm in talks with Chuck about something for a custom project.
Okay.
Can I offer you some cheese, JK?
May I offer you an egg in these trying times?
I've had enough cheese. And do you know the price of eggs these days, Ari?
Yes.
Do you know how high the price of eggs has gotten?
Yes, that's why I'm offering you an egg for the low, low price of $50 a pop. They are guaranteed to not be past their expiration date.
That is both hilarious and not.
Yes, that's why I said it with you present.
I love it. Keep it up. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, you don't know the full extension to that.
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah.
No, this genius, while he was here, also used 20-year-old body wash.
Why did you have 20-year-old body wash to begin with?
Because it's a collector's edition version with Darth Vader, that's shaped like Darth Vader.
Okay, but why did you keep the body wash in there and not just keep the bottle?
Because I've had it since I was a kid, unopened and unsealed. This motherfucker still sealed.
Anyway, where's the bat?
That's a good one. You're Emerald. Talking to you is a waste of time.
Let's see.
He's lucky his skin didn't burn off.
Oh, shut up, Furret.
I mean, you know, I don't think it had hydrochloric acid in it. I would be surprised if it did, because that would basically just turn into the real Joker origin story.
All joking. Fair enough. All joking aside, I was more mad that he opened it.
Well, you know, for when I opened it, it was actually already opened. So I didn't open it for the first time. Somebody else opened it before I did. I don't know who, but it was open when I got it.
I mean, to be fair, I probably opened it long time ago when I was really, really young.
Yeah, but then again, why the hell did you have it sitting in your bathroom all that time?
He already said that.
Yeah, but it's like, if it's...
It was sitting on a display shelf.
In your bathroom. In your shower room. Yes.
Here I come. This can be true. I never lose.
Get away from my...
I'm serious, Furret. It was sitting on a shelf in your...
I know you are, but I'm just saying it was sitting away from the shower on a display shelf.
I think I know who the one who opened it was. You know, given just the timeline of events, it was red herring.
Oh, 100%.
Give me back my emerald.
front seats are now splash
Excuse
zones.
me.
Shame on you.
Okay, but why she gotta be so cute, tsundere here?
Those belong to me.
No.
This is so unfitting with this music playing over it.
Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch me.
Is that how you say thanks to someone who just saved your life?
Saving my life. Don't think I owe you one. You just wanted to hold my hand.
His voice just doesn't fit in this game for some reason.
This is the Knuckles voice that I was introduced to the character with. It was also his first time voicing the character.
Fair.
He only got to voice him in one other mainline game before they switched to the 4Kids cast, where they switched to the even more unfitting Dan Green. Love you, Dan Green. Your Knuckles wasn't very good.
Just remind me, JKR, before you get here later this spring, I will go out and I'll get something that you could actually use.
I'll bring a bar of soap. It's fine.
That's fair.
Soap.
As I said, to be completely honest, I will admit 100% it was my fault because I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
At least you didn't use the shampoo. God knows what the fuck that would do to your hair.
What hair?
You got hair.
See, I was
in
being,
places.
I was being nice.
I gotta rephrase that because that sounded horrific.
yes, it did.
What, do you not shampoo your face?
I do periodically shampoo my beard.
See? Don't know what you guys were thinking. I'm sorry, the fuck? I've never seen that happen before!
Right?
I'm guessing it just automatically triggers an event to send you through the loop as soon as you break the glass, and, like, it doesn't matter what position you're in. Because they do automate some things in this game in more subtle ways. Like, all of the loops in this game are automated. You automatically go to the right speed to complete the loop, and are not allowed to stop mid-loop to make sure that you don't, like, accidentally fall off. And they would carry that through for the next few games, and the only one where it didn't work properly was Sonic 06, where you can just stop walking mid-loop, and you'll just be walking upside down, like on the top of the loop, like the top arc of the loop, and you can just walk the rest of the loop instead of running. Because you just stick to it.
Days of video gaming. The glory days of video games, where they cut any corner they could just to make it look good.
Yeah, like
it still failed spectacularly with Sonic 06.
Well, with Sonic 06, it wasn't a result of cutting corners. It was a result of the development process being an absolute nightmare, to the point that it's amazing that it came out as functional as it did, which is not very. Like, they lost around, like, 2/3 of the development team that they started out with due to various behind-the-scenes things. And we're stuck with a guy who had never directed a Sonic game before and was not supposed to be the director as their director, because the guy that was supposed to direct it left with half the staff to make Sonic in the Secret Rings, when it turned out that the Wii wasn't going to be powerful enough to run Sonic 06. And then Yuji Naka, convicted felon. Convicted felon in Balan Wonderworld creator Yuji Naka, who was the head of Sonic Team at the time, left mid-development to form his own studio outside of Sega, which went on to fail spectacularly.
Good.
Not related to Balan Wonderworld, but what led to him joining Square Enix to make Balan Wonderworld and then be convicted for financial crimes, was like he left to form his own independent studio and poached a bunch of staff with him from Sonic Team.
Did he make it with blackjack and hookers?
No. He made a Nintendo Wii game that was delayed for so long that they ended up making a 3DS version and a Wii U version that was just a port of the 3DS version, and the distribution for the Wii version, which is what he wanted everyone to play and told everyone to play, was so fucked up that it was completed and then just sat unreleased for like 5 years. And then the only way it got released outside Japan was it came as a like pre-order / launch period bonus if you bought the Wii U version. It was never sold separately outside of Japan, making it one of the rarest Wii games.
This was what game?
Rodea the Sky Soldier.
Why does that actually sound familiar?
I have no idea. I only know of it through reputation. He also his studio co-developed one of the Wii Play games. The one that the Wii Play game that was meant to show off the capabilities of the Wii Motion Plus. Like, instead of Nintendo developing all those games in-house, they had some of their like studio partners develop them. Like, there were some done by Arzest, who are known for some mediocre like Yoshi's Island and Pikmin spin-offs, and also developing Sonic Superstars. And some of them were developed by Yuji Naka's at the time studio Prope. And funnily enough, his studio developed the best ones in the collection.
The Wii Motion Plus is actually kind of what killed the Wii for me.
I mean, thankfully, only like one tentpole Nintendo release required it, and that was Skyward Sword.
Yup.
And that was the only game I ever played with it.
Sword.
Yeah. I still have my fundamental issues with Skyward Sword, but at least, from my experience, the motion controls work better, for the most part, on the Switch. Which is a rare case, because I usually find motion controls from, Switch ports of Wii games work worse on the Switch. Mostly because you just have to keep recalibrating them.
I will say, as many problems as Skyward Sword had, it is one of my favorite Zelda games.
It's definitely got one of the best stories.
Right? And I was going to say, it also has my favorite version of Zelda.
Yeah, it's got the best Zelda. Hands down. She is an adorable cupcake, and I would die for her.
Yep. I actually think I have a... Yeah, I do. I have an amiibo of that particular Zelda.
Yeah, the Zelda and Loftwing amiibo?
Yep.
Nice.
I have almost all of the Zelda amiibos, but I think the only one I'm missing is they did a Toon Link version. Or no, not Toon Link. When the remake of Link's Awakening came out.
So,
I missed out on that amiibo. Yeah, that Link.
I still love that Eggman's just pointing a fucking, like, real pistol. A gun at a 12-year-old. Like, this is the most evil that Eggman ever gets.
Sonic, I'm not joking around. Give me the emerald, or I will blow her pretty pink pit. God damn it!
This is also the game. This is the game where he's like, I've got a weapon of mass destruction, and if you don't surrender to the Eggman Empire, I will fucking blow your country off the face of the earth, or potentially blow up the earth.
Tails! Oh,
Amy is Maria version 2. No, Sonic's Maria version 2. No, wait, no. That was Shadow in that capsule. I mean, well, Amy is Maria version 2 kind of plays out in the story. In this version of the cutscene, we actually get to see how the hell Sonic escaped from the capsule. It's the most ass-pull thing ever. Second most ass-pull thing ever. Sonic 06 tops it.
What I was trying to say was, if you don't give me the emerald right now, I will blow her pretty pink blade. Fuck it, I'm done.
So yeah, Sonic
brains is not easy to say, goddamn.
It's not. It's not. Part of it's the alliteration.
Now we have some unfinished business to take care of.
Pretty.
Part of it's the alliteration in pretty pink.
Pretty pink brains. Pretty
pink brains.
Yes, but try saying it as fast as he was.
If you don't give me the Chaos Emerald right now, I will blow her pretty pink brains all over this ship.
There you go. You got to it eventually.
I did it! I'm retiring tonight. Bye.
But you didn't do anything. Exactly. That was enough.
Until we meet again.
All right. No more games. Take this.
He rarely uses that move. More often, he just spams the fuck off laser, as I like to call it. Because it's just so hard to dodge. And if you're in the wrong space when he fires it, you just lose. Like I did now. I would have won that fight if it had just lasted like a second longer, because that explosion would have taken him out.
Lock on to Eggman when you get next to him.
I hate this fight for both Eggman and Tails. It's just a war of attrition. Like, a lot of it is just hoping that they walk into the explosive capsules. Like that.
I can't lose to Tails!
Also, only game where they pit Tails and Eggman as direct rivals.
I feel some strange energy.
That, Knuckles, is called sexual attraction, and you are having it towards Root. Oh, never mind.
Hey, Sonic. Whoa, I wasn't sure if I could pull that one off. Somehow I managed to use the Chaos Control.
Somehow I managed to use the Chaos Control when he's never... Like, he's only seen it used once, and he doesn't know, like, how to do it. And he pulled it off with a fake Chaos Emerald, and even he doesn't know how he did it, has the same energy as somehow Palpatine has returned.
Dunk it in there.
Because the Force.
It doesn't even make sense lore-wise, because Chaos Control's a natural ability of the aliens that Shadow's descended from.
Because the Force.
Like, they never tried to justify why Sonic could pull off the Chaos Control. They just said he tried it and it worked. And then Silver managed to pull it off too. And then he never did it again after Sonic 06. Because, well, actually, because that timeline didn't happen. We'll get into that when we get to Sonic 06.
I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of shit Silver did that didn't make any fucking sense.
There's a lot of shit that Silver does that people remember him for that is technically non-canon, because part of Sonic 06's ending is that it erases itself from canon.
I do actually kind of hope he is one of the main villains of Sonic 4.
That would be cool. Like, you know, if they do what I hope they're doing and work some time travel elements into a Sonic CD adaptation, because Sonic CD has time travel as a gameplay mechanic.
Yep.
Like, what better time would there be to introduce Silver, as well as Metal Sonic and Amy?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I think what they're going to do is, my theory is it's going to be Sonic CD and Sonic 06 mixed together.
We'll finally get to see Iblis as something other than a puppet on buying stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Yup.
And if we do get, like, Sonic 06 stuff in it, please give us live-action Mephiles the Dark. I beg of you.
Yes. I mean, it could happen. They're crazy enough.
But the question is, who voices live-action Mephiles the Dark? And is it just going to be Keanu Reeves again?
No,
it would make sense lore-wise, because Mephiles, the whole reason Mephiles looks like Shadow is because he copied Shadow's shadow.
I was gonna say it's a question. Damn it! Had it in my brain.
No. It's like one of Mephiles' most iconic lines from Sonic 06. The answer's yes and no.
Well, I was gonna say the question should have been, who is going to voice him, and why is the answer Keanu Reeves?
The answer is because it would actually make sense lore-wise, because Mephiles' whole appearance is based off of Shadow, and he has a grudge against Shadow, and his appearance is copied from Shadow because he copied Shadow as the first person he saw when being released.
God, if they really want to fuck with people, they should make it Alex Winter.
Yes! The Bill and Ted 4 we never thought we were getting.
Right? The sad part is...
Mephiles and Shadow's bogus journey.
Bogus journey. You know what? Just make Mephiles the villain of the Shadow series and have it be that.
Like how the Knuckles series was basically Wade the Sheriff and Knuckles.
Pretty much, yeah. Still a good series, surprisingly.
Yeah, I'm joking about how people tried to justify the thing about Knuckles not really being the main character of the Knuckles series by saying, no, it's like Sonic and Knuckles. He's the and Knuckles.
Yep.
Also, I managed to convince my friend Nico Belmont, friend of the channel, who is thinking about getting back into streaming once his vision recovers enough, or even if it doesn't recover enough, where I managed to convince him to watch the Knuckles series, even though he wasn't too interested in it at first, by saying part of the plot was Knuckles converting to Judaism.
Yes, I want to pet the kitty.
Which is technically not incorrect.
I need to rewatch it. I really.
It's when he has
it's one of those
when he
things
has
I'm
dinner with
waiting for
Wade's
when
family.
JKR gets here.
Pizza time.
It's one of those things like I have the Blu-ray of it, but I'm waiting till JKR gets here because I want to see his reactions.
Everyone thought this was gonna be a setup for Sonic 3, and then it has nothing to do with Sonic 3. Except for one small detail.
Yep.
That, like, you don't even need to watch the series to get.
It's still... You'll like it, JKR. It is a really fucked up
I'm not saying
show,
it... I haven't seen it myself, and I'm not saying it's a bad series. I'm just saying, like, people thought this was going to be required viewing material for Sonic 3, and I'm glad it wasn't. Because I hate the idea of having required... It's not just a problem with this, it's a problem with the entire MCU now, is having required viewing material be locked behind a streaming service.
Yep. That is one of the things I give the MCU credit for right now, is they've said from here on out, none of the shows will be required viewing. And it's kind of why they're
happened to that Spider-Man freshman year series that was announced a long time ago?
It's out right now, and people are absolutely bashing the shit out of it.
Is it out now? I haven't heard anything about it.
Yep. It's on Disney Plus now. It started earlier this month.
People were already bashing it before it came out because they thought it was going to be like the origin story for the MCU's Peter Parker, and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, it's not canon to the MCU, it's a different universe.
Yep. What I was saying is that I give the MCU credit because ever since like the whole controversy with WandaVision being required viewing to watch Multiverse of Madness, and it make any sense at all. They have said that from here on out, a lot of the shows on Disney Plus, while they may get brought up, they are not necessary viewing.
It was already kind of a problem even in the early days of the MCU, like right up to like during Phase 2 when they started doing TV shows and Netflix series. It was stuff like you had to have at least watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to get the setup for the Inhumans.
Yeah, it's true. But thank God Inhumans ended up being so terrible that it only lasted half a season anyway.
No, I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about the concept of Inhumans existing in the MCU.
Right.
To think that Inhumans only exist as a concept because Disney didn't want mutants to be a thing because they didn't own the film rights.
I mean, the Inhumans did exist in the comics long before the show.
Yeah, I'm saying they started the whole, like, thing of phasing out mutants and replacing them with Inhumans in both the comics and the shows and the movies because they didn't want to draw any attention towards movie properties that were owned by Fox.
Gotcha.
Sort of like how they phased out the Fantastic Four for a long time until they got the rights to it.
You never cease to surprise me, Blue Hedgehog. I thought that capsule you were in exploded in space.
You know, what can I say? I die hard.
But do you die hard too? Die harder?
Or Die Hard 3 with a vengeance?
Or Die Hard 4, whatever that one was called.
No one fucking cares. That one was terrible.
And then there was a fifth one that no one was asking for.
There was a fifth one that was rated PG-13 for no fucking reason whatsoever.
The fourth one was also rated PG-13, and they advertised it with him saying yippee-ki-yay mother and then cutting off the fucker part, which you knew they weren't going to say in the PG-13 rated movie.
Yeah.
And also, Kier's right, the 90s Fantastic Four is the best movie version of them.
Oh, the one that never got released publicly?
Yes, but you can still watch easily through the bootleg circuit, and Disney has made no attempt to try and take down those bootlegs, because there's no harm in it being bootlegged.
I actually have 2 copies of it somewhere.
It's on YouTube. It's unofficially on YouTube.
If I do have a copy of it, you two are welcome to one of them. If I have an extra copy of it, one of you guys.
I'll gladly take it because I love that movie.
It has the best version of Doctor Doom we are ever going to get.
Yeah, especially after what they seem to be doing with Doctor Doom in the MCU.
I'm still of the theory that what we're getting is a red herring, and that's
I hope so because I don't want them to just make Doctor Doom evil Tony Stark.
Well, okay. They're calling it... I've already gone into this with JKR. They're calling it Doomsday, which if you've read the comics, Doomsday was when a variant of Doctor Doom was going around basically doing the one where he was going through and basically taking out other Doctor Dooms to gain power throughout the
one, you mean the Highlander?
Yes. By the one, I mean the Highlander, but also the god-awful Jet Li movie of the same name. My point is, he was going through the multiverse eliminating different versions of himself. I'm hoping that's what they're doing, and that they're just giving us a red herring by saying that he's going to be played by Robert Downey Jr. But that version is actually going to be the Stark variant that became Doctor Doom, and that the real Doctor Doom is going to be Mads Mikkelsen, because that is who that to me, of all the actors we have right now, Mads Mikkelsen. Or Middleton. How the hell are you saying his last
It's
name?
Mikkelsen. You had it right.
Mikkelsen? Okay. Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen is like the definitive Victor Von Doom. Like, he would be absolutely the best Victor Von Doom we could get.
I've seen some other fan castings for Doctor Doom that would be interesting, mostly because they're of Romani heritage, like Doctor Doom is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you know, I'm not familiar with them, so I couldn't name them off the top of my head. But a lot of people want that, like, Romani heritage to be represented in the MCU because that's a big part of Doctor Doom's history.
That said, though, I do think that the Tony Stark Doctor Doom will be the main villain of the Doomsday movie, and then that's when we get the twist at the end that he's not the Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And the Doctor Doom shows up.
Yeah, I get
and takes him out.
Basically, like, one, to have a twist, and two, to have a way to get Robert Downey Jr. back into the MCU.
Right. Plus, it's going to absolutely fuck with Spider-Man's head seeing Tony Stark alive.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what they're going for.
I'm not Tony Stark, I'm his multiversal counterpart, Tony Dark.
Funny you should say that. He does actually call himself in the comics at one point.
Just as long as they don't bring in Teen Tony.
God.
And that is the hero story done.
Nice.
We get to see what happens with the Eclipse cannon in the hero story, which is not Eggman actually being able to fire it.
Sonic, I did it.
Also, we get to see how Eggman got that emerald.
Awesome.
While they're not looking, he just snoops it from them.
Stony Tark. Good one, Kier.
Stony Tark, yes. But yes, Sonic made it to the cannon from the outside because the defenses were shut down by Tails in the Eternal Engine level, and slammed the Chaos Emerald into it right as it was about to fire, causing it to backfire on itself and prevent it from shooting. Now, how this doesn't prevent it from shooting in Shadow the Hedgehog is never addressed. Look, I can give that a pass because they weren't trying to make, like, big interconnected lore at that point. They just recently started doing it.
Well, alright, that's 2 stories down.
And we have 1 story left, which, if you guys are up for it, we could finish tonight because it's a lot shorter.
I'm up for it. How about
It's
you?
mostly cutscenes, and it's just 1 level and 2 boss fights.
Sure. Why not?
And it's where we get to play as Ev. We don't have to do it tonight if you're not up for it.
About how long does it take? Let me ask
less than an hour.
Yeah, we can go for it.
Okay.
Like, it's 1 extra long level, and then 2 boss fights, and the rest is just cutscenes and credits.
What were we talking about?
My hot take, this is the worst version of It Doesn't Matter. The Sonic Adventure 1 version is better. I hate this, like, pop-punk version. Especially because the lyrics were clearly not meant for it, and the singer is very clearly struggling to get these old lyrics to fit with this song structure.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, no, but that's my idea of what they're gonna do with Doom. I think they're playing us
I
for
hope you're
saps. I hope I'm right.
If
I
you're
think we
wrong,
all hope you're right.
then if you're wrong, Furret, I am going to officially come down there and skin you alive and use your pelt as a new rug for Widget.
In Minecraft.
Be the tiniest fucking rug ever.
Hey, Widget's not gonna care.
I mean, proportionally it would work because Widget's not very big.
She's got a point. Widget's actually a small dog.
If anything, I'd be better suited as a doormat for a dog.
That or a nice chew toy. I could stuff you with, stuffing or like a few treats for Widget, and then she could, like toss you around like a rag doll.
Bizarrely dark turn.
Yeah, all over a fan theory that may or may not be right. That he's not claiming is actually canon.
Hey, it's Furret. I will take any opportunity I can to rag on him.
And I had to add that in Minecraft because making threats like that without like clarifying immediately that's a joke can get me in trouble.
I honestly thought because of him being like, Furret and everything, it's not real.
It's better to err on the side. It's better to err on the side of caution because Twitch's moderation staff be stupid as fuck.
Yeah, watch that. Let that get you in trouble.
I've said it publicly before, and I'll say it again.
Watch this be the one time that actually gets you in trouble. Sorry, Furret. That's enough.
All right, and with those two stories completed, we have the last story. Also, I think I'll change our theme again. I don't think... Sorry, go on.
So I like the memes that came out of it, though, where they revealed Tony Stark, or when they revealed Robert Downey Jr. They did a lot of, like, memes, like, Chris Evans is returning as Magneto! And stuff like that.
Who are we going to have as our theme?
Pumpkin?
Pumpkin is the Halloween costumes for 2-player mode.
Oh.
Same thing with the Christmas tree is Christmas costumes for 2-player mode. We've got Default,
That's
Omochao, Eggman, Maria, Shadow, and the President's Secretary.
Oh, the President's Secretary. Let's see what
President's Secretary? What the fuck?
Oh, okay.
Why?
Why not? That's the real question. Why not?
Basically, if you want to have a narrator for the menu options who sounds like text-to-speech.
The stage you would like to go to?
Yes, Mommy.
There is a Ruse theme, but it's Japan exclusive.
Aww.
But it's included in all future releases as part of the base game.
Oh.
Like, all these extra themes were DLC on the Dreamcast version.
Change things to your liking here.
I forgot that the Dreamcast was one of the first systems to do DLC.
Yep. And some of it was lost media up until recently. Because,
I say we put the Eggman in.
We already had Eggman.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
We'll do Shadow. Because he says something funny when you choose the sound test mode.
Okay.
I'm interested. Set options.
That was kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not interested.
Alright. But yeah, there were like a whole bunch of memes that were coming out, like, and people were taking it as serious. Like, people were like, legit pissed off. Like, Chris Evans would be a terrible Magneto. That is like the worst casting MCU's done. And everyone,
anyway, let's get off the MCU for a bit.
Yeah.
Remember, there was a danger sign that popped up on Eggman's ending.
What's happening here?
It's Jim Carrey.
Duh.
It's my grandfather, Gerald Robotnik.
Ow.
What's that vibration? Hey, wait. Someone is coming.
Rouge is coming from the vibration? What?
Yummy.
It's all over for us.
What do you mean?
I just received a message from my boss. This space colony Ark is currently approaching the Earth at an incredible velocity. It probably will...
You can approach me at an incredible velocity, Rouge.
So this is where that thing in the movie about Gerald wanting to destroy the world came from, except he didn't want to use the Eclipse cannon. He programmed it so when you set all the emeralds in, the Ark would fall from orbit and crash into Earth.
If my calculations are correct, the space colony Ark will impact the Earth in 27 minutes and 53 seconds. All of you will be destroyed.
And he calculated the exact amount of time that it would take.
Nice.
Right. And he recorded this message right as he's about to be executed by a firing squad.
I mean, the dude's got priorities. What can you say?
No, I mean, like, this is his final message while they're pointing rifles at him.
Emeralds are collected. Once I initiate this program, it cannot be disabled. All of you ungrateful humans who took everything away from me will feel my loss and despair.
And you recognize those markings on the wall? They're the same ones that Amy pointed out in the cell Sonic was being kept in.
Ah.
So he was in Gerald's cell.
On here. Who is that?
I plan to give you a taste of my revenge.
The vibration's getting worse.
Professor Gerald Robotnik, one of the greatest.
Rouge, contain yourself.
What? I knew you were behind all this. Stop it right now, or else...
I'd have done this a long time ago if I had the chance.
What do you mean?
You're pretty persistent for a hedgehog, aren't you? You're still alive.
Just letting Knuckles pilot the shuttle on the way over here was more dangerous than you could ever be.
What is this?
This is my grandfather's diary.
And they included this with the physical versions of Shadow Generations. But
Nice.
not as a floppy disk, but as like a little booklet. And with certain
Nice.
portions redacted, like it were an actual government document.
Ultimate life form? I thought it would be something that would benefit mankind, but then the military guards landed on the colony that day. They were sent to destroy the research project that I had been working on. My colleagues at the research facility, my
Such a good vibration, son. Ought to feel the sensation. No, we are not playing the Beach Boys.
The colony was completely shut down, probably to keep
The only boys with B at the name of them that we support on this stream are the Beastie Boys.
There had been an accident.
And the Backstreet Boys.
Among those who died when the Ark was shut down. She meant everything to me, and I couldn't bear the thought that she died because of my research. I lost everything. I had nothing more to live for. I went insane. All I could think about was to avenge her. Somehow, some way. I got scared as I no longer was able to control my thoughts.
Like, this is genuinely a really good performance.
Based on my original projections, I was
Right?
able to complete my project.
Like, I can't even...
I designed its mind to be perfect, pure.
This is a line that was lost in translation. Like, the way they localized it changes its context. When he says his mind is perfect and pure, what he means is I programmed Shadow to fulfill this plan of mine. And what he means by that is, like, he fucked with Shadow's memories to make him misremember what Maria's dying message to him was. Oh, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. That good vibrations.
The space colony
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, famous for their Sega CD game, Make My Video with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Not in any way famous for Mark Wahlberg himself.
Nope. Not at all. Who the fuck is Mark Wahlberg anyway? Sounds like an asshole.
Some dude that starred in a third-rate version of Planet of the Apes.
Some dude. Isn't that the dude from The Happening?
What? No! Not at all!
If we pull together, we might be able to get to the shortcut that leads to the core.
Here, you didn't know that Mark Wahlberg and Marky Mark were the same person?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Wait, what at?
I want to say the Planet of the Apes remake was his first big role.
No, wait, which Planet of the Apes remake?
The one,
the 98 one or the good one?
I think he's talking about the 98 one.
Yeah, the 98 one is the one. The one.
Okay, then.
Giamatti.
Okay. Nerdy sounds offended. No, he was quoting a line from said by Mark Wahlberg in The Happening.
Yeah.
In the exact delivery that Mark Wahlberg said it in. You know,
That
he can be a good actor when he's not working with M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
To be fair, anyone could be a good actor when they're not working with M. Night Shyamalan Ding Ding.
Except for M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Remember the time that he cast himself as the savior of the universe in Lady in the Water?
Remember Lady in the Water? No, because no one remembers Lady in the Water.
I didn't even know Lady in the Water was even a thing.
Yeah, he cast himself as the guy that's responsible for being like the linchpin to save the day, and cast a pretentious film critic as like not an antagonist, but just a guy who gets proven wrong.
I know that.
Also, go ahead.
I know that he also cast himself in. I think wasn't The Shining, but it was like.
No, it wasn't The Shining because he didn't do The Shining.
He did a version of The Shining.
No, he didn't.
No.
Then what the hell am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Sixth Sense.
I don't. Well, no, it's like there was a movie that involved like apparently a race of aliens that came to Earth to invade.
Signs.
That was Signs.
Signs, yeah.
Not The Shining. Those are two very different stories.
I feel like he did. I feel like there was a version of The Shining that he did, just wasn't called.
No, that was Stephen King who did his own version of The Shining. Because remember, he didn't like the more famous movie version, so he directed a miniseries adaptation of it.
Because apparently, hey Chuck.
Hey Chuck.
I just remember the Nostalgia Critic. I remember the
Nostalgia Critic covered the Stephen King adaptation of The Shining.
That's weird because I could have sworn because the way he phrased it was like he was referring it to as like M. Night Shyamalan was behind it, and I'm like,
he didn't. It was before M. Night Shyamalan was even famous.
I'm trying to think.
It was from the 90s when
I think the movie.
The one you're thinking of where like M. Night Shyamalan was behind it, but they tried to hide it, was the movie Devil, which was about the people trapped in an elevator.
Ow.
Which Nostalgia Critic did review as one of his first post-revival reviews.
Yeah.
No, he's not getting it confused with The Happening, because he's not familiar with The Happening.
I just distinctly remember, post-reboot, the critic was ranting on how
You're misremembering, my dude.
I swear to you, this is
not something that happened.
JKR, you can't go crazy. You're already there.
Yeah, they locked you in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. And the rats made you crazy.
To be fair, I set myself up for this. I have no one to blame but myself.
Look at the bright side for it. I didn't start it this time.
That's why I said I have no one to blame but myself.
So yeah, this is the only time that they would do something like this, where you play as every character in the final scenario leading up to the final boss. They tried it sort of with Sonic 06, but due to how Sonic 06's story plays out, Blaze is not one of the characters you get to play as. So they miss out on letting you play as everybody.
I forget that.
And, you know, due to how the story plays out, you don't get to play as Sonic in the lead up to it either.
I forget how I forgot Blaze came from 06.
She didn't. It was her second appearance ever. Her debut was Sonic Rush for the DS. And Sonic 06 is more, like, negatively remembered for being her first big appearance in Sonic, because it immediately retconned her backstory in her very second appearance in the franchise. Like, in Sonic Rush, she's supposed to be the queen of another dimension, and basically her dimension's Sonic, fighting against her dimension's Eggman, that even has its own equivalent of the Chaos Emeralds called the Soul Emeralds. S-O-L, as in, like, sun. But at her very second appearance, and because this was a mainline title and therefore takes priority in the canon, they retconned her to be from the same future as Silver. Sonic lore is a clusterfuck. It's all because of Sonic 06.
What I was going to say about Lady in the Water is it's also the movie that he infamously casted Bryce Dallas Howard in because he was trying to get her to be with him, but didn't realize she was already a married woman.
It's also the movie where the secret to saving the world comes from cereal boxes.
Yes. That whole movie was like nonstop, what the fuck am I watching?
And not in like a cool Hideo Kojima way. It's like, they really let this man cook, huh? We'll take this shit back, it's burned.
I almost want to show JKR Lady in the Water, just fuck with him.
And to think, it's not even the craziest of his movies.
The fact that, like, the main bad guy of the whole fucking thing is a dog called Narf.
Yeah.
That's legit a thing, JKR. There is a dog in Lady in the Water whose name is Narf, and that's the villain.
Oh, jeez.
This is why we don't let M. Night Shyamalan cook unsupervised anymore.
The sad fact is, there is a movie that he did that I did want to watch, but now that I know it was him, I'm not so sure
anymore. Is it
anymore.
Split? Is it
Split is good.
Is it Unbreakable? Because Unbreakable is regarded as one of his rare good movies.
No, it's not that either. It's called The Visit.
Okay, that one's
The
actually
Visit.
pretty good too.
The Visit, I've seen split opinions on. Like, even the people that like it say it is pretty goofy.
I mean, I'll give it that. The other one he did recently that was surprisingly good, though, was Knock on a Cabin. Or Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah.
Didn't he also do that The Beach movie, which is all about a beach that makes you grow old?
Yes.
Did I listen to the recording you sent me? I haven't gotten around to it yet because we haven't worked on Armada Bridge in years, and it's all because like I haven't been able to like edit the episode we have everything recorded for, because like I've just lost my editing mojo and I don't know anyone who could edit it for us. So I'm just kind of at an impasse. Have a good night, Kier.
Night, Kier. The movie you were thinking of is called Old, and that movie was god fucking awful. Like it was based
so
off
like
of a
your
graphic
average,
comic.
so like your average M. Night Shyamalan movie.
It was based off of a graphic novel, and he didn't even capture the graphic novel that well. Like he like completely ignored the twist of the graphic novel to make his own.
Yeah, that sounds like Shyamalan.
Basically, the whole idea was that the island was a government experiment gone horribly wrong to try and help cure cancer.
I would say, how do you cure cancer and end up with a beach that makes you turn old? But then I remembered that I Am Legend is about a cure for cancer that turned people into vampires.
Here is your reminder. Restop now.
Basically, like the idea was that the island was developed to get people to an age where diseases were more rampant. It actually makes more sense in the graphic novel than it does in the movie.
As expected.
But anyway, my point was...
Remember the time that Nickelodeon decided the best person to direct an Avatar: The Last Airbender movie was M. Night Shyamalan when he was on a string of bad movies?
No,
as if that would
I absolutely pretend that movie doesn't exist.
As if that would get butts in seats.
No, because I like to pretend that movie doesn't exist.
I saw it in theaters in 3D.
You unfortunate bastard.
It was a very bad 3D movie, and not like most bad 3D movies where the 3D is bad because the effect is unconvincing. It's bad 3D because there's no like usage of 3D in terms of like effects that make it look 3D or even a sense of depth to the image. It literally looked 2D except blurrier because of the glasses.
Hey, you know what's a wonderful idea? Let's keep the people who can manipulate the Earth hostage in a village surrounded entirely by rocks.
And it's not even a thing like it was in that episode of the show where they're on a coal vessel. But, like, the reason they don't fight back is because their spirits are broken and they don't realize that they have the advantage. It's literally, let's just keep them in their own village. Like, let's not move them somewhere where they're surrounded by metal. Let's just keep them where they already are. What's the worst that could happen?
Let's make it where the firebenders require a source instead of being able to ignite their own chi. And they're legit terrified the one time Uncle Iroh does it, because that's not natural.
Let's make it so, I forgot the name, Princess, Yue. That was her name, right? Princess Yue?
Yep.
Let's make it so Princess Yue's hair is styled so poorly that when you view her from the back, she looks like a penis.
That movie was a train wreck. And not the good kind of train wreck.
It won a Razzie that year for worst use of 3D, which I have to agree on because it didn't use 3D. It was just the same movie, but you have to pay more for pay more to see it.
Let's take the most, or let's.
Well, that was in the cartoon as well. Yeah, but it's worse in live action.
Let's take one of the most intriguing, most invigorating, and most awesome openings an animated series has ever had, and make it a text scroll.
It was a
narrated by someone that didn't give a fuck what they were narrating.
Let's cast the worst actor from the Twilight movies, Jackson Rathbone, as Sokka.
Let's not even call any of them by their names.
Or we'll pronounce their names wrong because it's more accurate to the Asian pronunciations in their various languages.
Which it absolutely wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, even the Asian audience was like, dude, what the fuck?
And let's not call it Avatar. Because...
Well...
let's not call it Avatar: The Last Airbender, let's just call it The Last Airbender. I don't care. I don't care if
James Cameron got to the Avatar movie name first. It came out after the Avatar TV series.
Right. But that unfortunately was out of their hands. They were actually told not to call it Avatar: The Last Airbender because of that movie. They didn't really have a choice.
Well, we don't exactly care if it was a choice or not. It
was a choice. It was just the wrong choice.
Right.
It was the wrong choice, but it was like not Shyamalan's fault.
Everything else about that movie was 100% Shyamalan.
Let's cut out the entire Kyoshi Warriors plot.
Because we don't want Sokka to seem like a playa.
Yeah.
Huh. No problem.
And cut out the Kyoshi Warriors plot, even though that's going to be a big thing in future seasons. And then thereby fuck over the entire continuity of the movies he had planned.
Yep. Also, let's show the main villain of the movie right out the bat, even though you're not supposed to fucking see him until season 3!
Also, let's cast one of the Daily Show correspondents as our primary antagonist of the first movie, General Zhao.
Yup. God.
Anyway, this is the scene that, like, you know how I said Amy is, like, important to the story, even though she does almost nothing?
Yeah.
This is where she's important.
I'm watching.
There has to be. I know that people fight over the most trivial things. Some people may be selfish, like the professor said. But they're basically good if they try their best and never give up on their wishes. They always have reasons to be happy. That's why you should help them out. Saving them is a good thing. Shadow, I beg you, please do it for them. Give them a chance. Shadow, I beg of you, please, do it for me. For Maria. Future, for all people who live on that planet, give them a chance to be happy.
No! Okay, the timing on that was good. But, like, this is important because it triggered, like, his real memories instead of the ones Professor Gerald programmed into him. Like, his real final promise to Maria.
Promised her. I must keep that promise.
This is also the scene that caused people to ship Shadow and Amy.
I have to keep my promise to Maria and you.
Like, this scene set off so many ships. The core of the canon is supposed to look like the Master Emerald's altar, which they explained the reason for in Professor Gerald's journal that's included with Shadow Generations, where he landed on and explored Angel Island at a previous point in his life, and used it as the inspiration for how to harness the power of the Chaos Emeralds.
Who took everything away from me will feel my loss and despair.
Sokka's sexism redemption arc was also cut out of the Netflix series. Yeah, but they at least acknowledge the Kyoshi Warriors is the problem.
Anyway, here's Blizzy.
Yay!
The bio lizard.
Life form that was supposed to be encapsulated?
This was the prototype for Shadow.
Shadow, what are you doing?
How they went from kaiju-sized salamander to hedgehog, I will never know.
I don't think they do. They just.
It's also missing 2 legs.
Put this poor damn thing out of its misery.
Yeah, it's literally on life support. All those mechanical parts are a life support system because it can't live on its own. That's why it's the failed prototype. I mean, look at how this fight works. He gets out of breath.
Put this thing out of its misery, Shadow. It gets out of breath just from chasing him.
I will say this was the best cameo in Sonic 3.
Yeah, it was. This is what that thing in Sonic 3 was referencing. Even its eyes are mechanical. It lost its eyes. I would hate to be... I want a marketable plush of the Bio Lizard in, like, chibi form. Just so I can give the Bio Lizard the hug it clearly needs.
I don't know about a plushie, but there is a Lego of it.
I know there's a Lego of it. It's a Lego of this scene where they fight it.
I almost bought it this morning because I found it at Walmart.
Well, technically, isn't that the one that comes with Supersonic and Super Shadow?
Yes.
So it's the fight after this where they smartly made the decision to use the Bio Lizard's base form instead of the form that takes on for the final fight.
What is the point of making an ultimate life form? It will obviously want to destroy humanity.
Well, the ultimate they would retcon the whole point of the ultimate life form thing as like not being the ultimate like perfect living weapon, but rather like the whole point of the experiment before it moved into weapons technology was to create a being that is naturally immune to all diseases, so they could synthesize a cure for Maria's deadly illness that she had.
But yeah, you know, it's funny how this predates Shin Godzilla by I don't know how many years.
This predates Shin Godzilla by 13 years.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, it has, like, you could tell. If anything, I would not be surprised if the people who were working at the designs for Shin Godzilla's early forms, either they saw this and took inspiration from it, or it was just one of those coincidences.
It was one of those, like, just happy accidents, because Shin Godzilla's, like, amorphous, fucky nature was, the entire, like, premise of Shin Godzilla was inspired by the Fukushima disaster.
Yeah. And I know that, like, basically the idea was originally, the idea of Shin Godzilla was that its base form would be the one we all, you know, basically Godzilla as we know it, but then would slowly start to mutate into a more alien form. But I know that...
they basically ended up doing that in reverse.
Yeah, because Toho basically had a mandate where it was like, they didn't want their iconic kaiju to be... unrecognizable. So
which I understand.
Right.
It also would have pissed off the fans if they did that.
Exactly. So that's why they decided to go at it in reverse. They said they could still come up with all these different designs and everything.
Why does Blizzy sound like a stereotypical big cat growl? Because it's common practice in kaiju in like Japanese monster design, like during the design process, to create their growls by mixing together different sounds. And the Bio Lizard's growl is mixed together from different sounds, including big cats. Not to be confused with Big the Cats.
Chaos is power. Power is...
The one time we get, like, a usage of the Master Emerald for its intended purpose, which is to keep the Chaos Emeralds in balance and neutralize their power. We never see... This is the whole thing that the Master Emerald's supposed to do. It's the only time in the series we see anyone do this. Outside of Sonic Adventure 1, kind of, but that happens off-screen. Anyway, you ever wanted to see the Bio Lizard use Chaos Control?
No, but...
Is that what Chaos Control is?
That's a mistranslated line. He was supposed to say, is that Chaos Control?
Why is the space colony still on a crash course to Earth?
Because the good professor, huh?
He had a backup plan.
Yep.
So basically, the Bio Lizard used Chaos Control to merge itself with the space colony to make sure that it stays on its collision course. And the Sonic 2 movie? Well, Sonic 2 portrays it differently, where the Master Emerald is made up from the Chaos Emeralds combined.
Yeah.
Whereas the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emeralds in the game lore are like separate things. Lorenzo DeBoss says Sonic 2 wasn't good in my opinion. I can see why it wouldn't land with some people, especially since I think Sonic 3 was more of a step up.
Yeah. I mean, I liked Sonic 2 for the fact is that, it gave us well, I think Sonic 1 was actually really good.
Sonic 1 wasn't a good Sonic movie, but it was like a good kids movie. Anyways, the final hazard, the BioLizard's final form, which is the BioLizard with the Eclipse cannon shoved up its ass. This is why I say it was smart that they didn't make this the Lego set. Oh boy, my controller's running low on battery. Can we beat this stage, this boss fight, and the game by extension before my controller's battery dies?
Okay, so I'm gonna go off something that Lorenzo DeBoss. Sorry about that. Let's face it, if I don't mispronounce someone's name during the stream, it's just not a stream. I'm going to go off something you're saying. I will actually kind of concur Sonic 1 wasn't the best movie. However, I will argue that it is one of the best Jim Carrey movies in a very long, very long time.
Little known fact, Jim Carrey suffered severe back pain from the filming of Sonic 1 because he was carrying that entire movie.
Word.
Also, yeah, from lives, I wish I could see the Sonic Symphony live. They're just not touring in my area right now.
Yeah. But
I would love to see them live, just so when I could take part of the now established tradition of every time that at the symphony when they perform I Am All of Me and they're showing the montage of shadow clips and they show Maria get shot, everyone in the crowd cheers as Maria gets shot. That's an established tradition now that Sega has no control over. They also did City Escape. Yeah, I've heard the official soundtrack for the Sonic Symphony, but I know they've added stuff to it since, the original live stream version happened. Also, you can lose this fight if you take too long. If the fight lasts over 4 minutes, you lose because the arc crashes into the earth.
Nice!
Also, fun fact that a lot of people didn't know until, last year or so. Shadow's lines during that fight were pickup lines done by Ryan Drummond instead of David Humphrey.
I beg of you,
Maria,
give them a chance to be happy.
No one. Sonic is innocent. Sonic fans cheering as Maria gets her reboot card. No, she didn't get her reboot card. She got her Isekai protagonist card. No, wait, no. That would be if she got hit by a truck. I'm making it worse as it goes on.
Maria, this is what you wanted, right?
Your joke was bad and you should feel bad. You don't, but you should.
So, this whole thing with, Shadow's presumed death here is because he was supposed to die here. They didn't expect him to be that popular.
Yup.
I mean, he is edgy to hedgy.
This man is listening every possible way for Maria to die. Yes, I am. I could list more, but the Sonic 3 movie one-upped it by having her get blown up instead of shot, and I'm like, of all the ways, I didn't see that happening.
Apparently, they originally planned to show her get shot on screen, but could not.
Yeah, you can't get away with shooting a 12-year-old in a PG-rated movie, but you can get away with them getting blown up.
Yup. Technically, we don't see her get hit by the debris.
All those who live here on Earth.
It just smash cuts to her fucking dead.
Let's see. Also, if I had a neck, it would just like immediately do like a whole 180-degree turn at the fact that you just said man.
I'm not too hung up about it. Remember, I don't have too much of an attachment to gender.
That's fair. I'm just saying, it's like technically
this is a first-time chatter. They don't know my whole thing. I don't specifically identify as a trans woman, so like I'm not offended by it.
That's fair. All right, never mind. I'm gonna be offended for you. No, I'm not gonna be offended for you. I just like being that one asshole.
Yeah, I would just rather not like start any shit.
Yeah, let's not start a flame war in the chat. Or with the chat, actually.
Flame? Where?
No flame for it. No flame.
Hold on, we gotta hear Tails' second best. Actually, no, we missed Tails' second best. Completely wrong for the situation line. Damn it!
Sorry.
Damn it. It was No, I was like, I talked over it. It was like, I realized, oh, we're at the end of this scene. It's like, in Sonic Adventure 1, he ends with, like, overlooking the city destroyed by perfect chaos and everything's flooded and people have probably died. And he's like, all's well that ends well, right? And in this one, Eggman's, like, having an existential crisis about how he loved and respected his grandfather so much that he was the reason he got into science. But he's like, I just found out that my grandfather wanted to kill all of humanity. Like, what does that mean for me? And Tails is just like, I don't know, but I do know one thing. We all did it together. You mean an existential crisis? Yes, I do.
Oh, God.
I appreciate I would say good pun, but I appreciate puns in general. Puns are bad by nature. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
And for that, since you just dropped the follow,
I still haven't fixed the Discord command yet, so just I'll fix that after stream.
Okay, I'll get it.
But go ahead and post a link. And you can join my server if you feel up to it. There's no pressure.
No.
Just so you know, we're weird.
Well, that goes without saying.
Look at the 3 people that are on screen right now. Do you think that they didn't get the idea that we're weird?
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is a perfectly normal stream.
Sure it is. Also, yeah,
nothing weird happening whatsoever.
If I had a nickel for every time I've beaten a game right before the controller died, I'd have 2 nickels, which is awesome that it happened twice.
You are technically correct. You're technically correct, Chuck. But Lorenzo doesn't know, so yeah, it's fine.
It's not theft if you don't know you're stealing. That's at least my defense.
Yeah,
that's gonna be my defense in court. Your Honor, yes, I am representing myself, but my defense lies entirely on I didn't know.
The fuck you mean you didn't know?
The fuck you mean no? Oh.
Your Honor, if I may speak for my client, who is myself, nuh-uh.
The fuck you mean no?
Honestly,
if I may cite the international dibs, protocol and the no takebacks accord, I did call dibs on it, which makes it mine, and you cannot have it back because of the no takebacks protocol.
You know,
He's got you there.
I can actually see you doing that in a real fucking court of law, Ari.
He's got you there. Your defense.
Set options.
Okay, that's not much of a defense, but okay.
Whatever.
Prosecution.
Yeah, your defense prosecution?
Your response, prosecutor, your response? I've never seen someone do this in court before, so I'm not prepared to respond to this.
just turns to his client. I mean, he's got you there.
And last thing I'll show off, because I do have a save file that I downloaded. I say downloaded. Nice. It was I did this the old-fashioned way, where you had to burn a CD that your Dreamcast can read, thinking it's a game that has a bunch of save files people contributed to it, and that's also how I got the DLC for this game.
Nice.
Gun officer, Your Honor, I didn't know she was gonna die. Your Honor, in my defense, I was aiming for the hedgehog.
Sad.
Your Honor, in my defense, I was aiming for the hedgehog, and I'm a terrible shot.
Then why the fuck did you join God in the first place?
I thought it was the NRA. I didn't know it was a paramilitary organization.
Oh, well, that's actually pretty legit.
How the fuck did you not know it was a paramilitary organization and not the NRA?
I mean, it's literally called Gun.
Okay, fair.
All right. Show us what you downloaded.
All right. If you get all 180 emblems in this game, either legitimately or like I did by downloading someone else's save file, you unlock a secret level.
Oh!
And given that this was the first time they did an anniversary game for Sonic, with this game coming out in 2001, the 10th anniversary of Sonic, this was the first time they did Green Hill in 3D. 10 years before Sonic Generations would do it.
Huh.
And they even carried over the Genesis sound effects.
I was gonna say, your very first attempt at it here, and you almost tripped to your death.
Yep.
Good job.
I love my... Alright, so with that I'm the ultimate life form, specify which Shadow voice actor you want for it. Adventure era, 4Kids era, modern era, or Keanu Reeves.
Uh-oh.
I know you're gonna say Keanu Reeves, if that's an option. I'm just anticipating it. Four kids, okay, unexpected. All right, let's see. I gotta remember how I get into, like, my Jason Griffith shadow voice. It's like, kind of get into this range and then lower it a bit. And add a little bit of the rasp. There we go. Alright, so the line that you wanted was, I love My Little Pony, friendship is magic. Chaos control!
I'd applaud you, but I do not wish to.
I'd applaud you, but my nubs are too short. I cannot touch my paws together, says the Furret.
Well, you know, I'd applaud you, but... See, here's the thing. I'd applaud you, but I ain't exactly handy right at the moment.
So, I can't count on you to be a handyman?
No, but you can count on me being the demolitions expert.
Oops. You know, what is demolitions other than being the opposite of a handyman?
Yeah, right? I'm good at demo. I'm good at that. Not much else.
Also, this is like low-key one of the harder stages in the game because the camera can't be rotated.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's trying to recreate all these iconic shots of Green Hill.
But you did it!
They even carried over the old score counting sound effect.
Just made it.
And you ended with a C.
Select this.
you know, what better way to end this stream where I got tons of C ranks than to end it with a C rank on the secret level?
What exactly how is this getting uncomfortable for you, Chuck?
Is it impressive, confused. Disturbing, and makes you uncomfortable? C rank on the beginning level. Okay, I got an A rank on City Escape at the very least. And then, like, straight C's afterwards.
You did, or the person whose save file this is did?
I did in my run of it.
Oh, okay.
But yes, that has been Sonic Adventure 2. There's a few other things I could show off, like the kart racing minigame. You know, aka we have Mario Kart at home. No, it's we have Mario Kart on the Dreamcast, which was discontinued by the time Sonic Adventure 2 came out.
Wow.
And it had its own DLC. There were DLC tracks and a DLC kart racer, the Egg Robo. And another DLC kart racer, Opa Opa from Fantasy Zone.
Nice.
There were also DLC costumes for the two-player mode. And the two-player mode in the Dreamcast version has some different characters than what you would see in all future versions. Like, I'll show a couple of them off now, because I do have a second controller plugged in at the very least. Also, two-player mode works differently, where one side plays hero, one side plays dark, instead of everyone being able to choose whatever character they want.
Nice.
So, like, you have Big the Cat on the dark side, and he's in the shooting. He's in a mech.
Oh my god.
He's in Eggman's mech specifically. What does this say about Big the Cat? I should have said I love Latina Sonic. You can redeem more than one per stream if you have the points for it.
Yeah. To say,
Also, I got the two-player costumes. Dominatrix Rouge, that was her two-player... That was her alternate two-player outfit in the Dreamcast version.
Oh,
in all future versions...
God!
Yeah, in all future versions, they would change this to her wearing a tank top and hot pants.
Hello, Rouge.
I need a plushie of this right now. If any of you out there know a plushie artist, please, for the love of God, get in contact with me.
Also, we got, I think, different alternate costumes for the other characters as well. Yeah, Shadows is different. They're based on Phantasy Star Online, instead of just, like, racing suits.
Nice.
Because there was a lot of Phantasy Star Online promotion in this, because that was the premier online title for the Dreamcast.
Let's see.
And I believe Eggman's costume is also different. In the GameCube version, he's wearing, like, a military-styled outfit. That, to me, always looked like a gangster outfit. Like, if he was a rapper. But here he's just got a camo color for, his mech. Okay, JKR redeemed it for you.
Yeah, Chuck, just tell Ari what you want,
tell me which Shadow you want, I'll give it my best shot. The only one I can't do is Prime Shadow, because I refuse to watch the rest of Sonic Prime, so I can't build my voice off of him. Thank you, Eggman. Keanu? Oh, Keanu Reeves. The line we were denied. Let's see. You're a colorful bunch. We kind of get into this kind of more unsure range that's also very breathy and also add a little bit of the deepness to it. Yeah, somewhere around here. I just love Latina Sonic. Adios, amigo. That's how the whole line goes, so I had to add the adios, amigo.
Funny enough, yesterday the Game Grumps were doing a live stream to benefit the people who were affected in the fires of LA. And one of their guest stars was Ben Schwartz.
Yep.
And he was actually doing Sonic lines for like $250.
Nice.
Oh! Hello! Not him.
Yeah, that was Tikal from Sonic Adventure 1.
Oh, yeah.
She's in the all future versions as well. The only character that was taken out as far as multiplayer characters go was Big, and he was replaced by the Dark Chow Walker. But the two-player costumes for Rouge and Eggman were the most significantly changed, and then Sonic and Shadow had theirs changed from Phantasy Star outfits to like racing jumpsuits. And Eggman has changed from just a camo change to giving him like camo-themed walker and also like a military commander outfit that always looked more like, you know, Master P to me than anything else. Complete with the hat. And then I can also show off the seasonal outfits that are exclusive to the Dreamcast version. Just so I have all my bases covered except for the Chow Garden, because that would take too long. So, where are we seeing first, Halloween or Christmas?
Halloween. Halloween. This is Halloween.
Halloween.
Okay, Halloween it is, because that one has a nice Rouge outfit. What about N-word, Eggman? I'm not saying that. I'm too white to say that.
Yeah. Honestly, I think all three of us are too white to say that.
Me especially, with my 23andMe results.
Yeah.
Yup.
Alright, so I'll show off all the outfits for everyone here. Alright, so Shadow gets, like, skeleton paint on him.
Let's do this.
Sonic dresses up like a jack-o'-lantern. And it only lets you play as the base cast, not the unlockable characters. Oh, Naga. Okay. I get the joke now. Jack-o'-lantern painting for Eggman's mech. Tails gets orange color scheme and some jack-o'-lantern decos.
I actually like that.
Also, Tails' alternate two-player outfit is a paint scheme for his mech based on the Tornado. Which, technically, this vehicle, the Cyclone, is also known as the Tornado 3. And... Ma'am, could you control your titties?
Ma'am, could you not?
Yeah, this is where that witch outfit I showed you in a mod comes from.
Jeez, Thorns.
This is the game where she is the most honka-donka-badonka out, where she breasts boobily all over the place.
They knew what they were doing.
They knew exactly what they were doing, because if you rip her in-game textures, you can see that one of her textures that goes unused on her model but is still in her texture files is camel toe.
Group select. Game select.
And then the Christmas outfits.
Yes, because Halloween should
Shadow gets like a little Santa jacket. So does Sonic. These are a lot less impressive. In as a general rule, like the Halloween outfits, I think are better.
Sonic is Santa.
Halloween superior, Christmas inferior. There,
Eggman gets some Christmas ornaments, and Tails gets a red and white color scheme. And for Rouge and Knuckles, Christmas-themed recolor of her regular color scheme. And Knuckles gets some green stripes on his head.
Does he? I didn't see him.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, I see him. It's faint, but it's there.
Guess, yeah. If you squint, tilt your head.
He gets like some green. He gets some green stripes on his dreadlocks, and that's about it. Because he's already red and white.
Huh. Let's be honest, we're not here for him.
Yeah, we're here for Christmas Rouge, which is a lot less impressive than Halloween
with
Rouge.
Little go-go boots.
Stage select.
And the only other things I could show are like the kart race DLC, which I don't know if I have those downloaded because they're very big file sizes. Like, that was the thing about Dreamcast stuff in general when it came to, like, saving and downloading stuff, is the file sizes were not uniform across games. So some games had massive file sizes and some had tiny ones. And then DLC could range anything from, like, 2 blocks to over 100. And Sonic Adventure 2 is especially bad with its file sizes, because, like, you have separate save files for the game data, and then the Chow Garden is its own separate data that takes up, like, 120 blocks. And the Dreamcast memory cards had very limited space on them. There was a, like, 4X memory card that they released that had 4 times the space, but it's got spotty compatibility with games due to the Dreamcast not being designed to handle memory cards of that size. And it also doesn't have the screen on it like the regular memory cards do, so you can't play any of the downloadable mini games. Like in the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, you could download one of your Chow to your Dreamcast memory card, pop it out of your system, and have your Chow as a virtual pet that you could take with you. And you could get some exclusive Chow items through that. You can also link up 2 of the memory cards together and have little battles between your Chow. Basically, Chow's like a really advanced system for something that's just an optional side mode.
So basically, we got Pit Chow fighting, eh?
I mean, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle did add Chow Karate. Where you watch these adorable little chibi creatures walk awkwardly up to each other and bop each other on the head and start crying if they get hit too many times.
Aww. It's funny to think that these little guys are the evolved state of the
ancients. Yeah, canonically the ancients evolved. The ancients, which like Chaos is like an example of like one of the Chow reverting to a like pre-evolved state through exposure to Chaos Emerald energy. But like the water creature aliens evolved into the adorable little Chow. It's not like, you know, it happened quickly. It was through like millennia of like DNA mutations. It's very Japanese. Yeah. Yes, it's very Japanese. Which is funny because Sonic Frontier's story was written by an American.
Yep.
Or at least its script. The story plan was written by the game's director. But, like, the Chow in general are a very Japanese thing. Like, you have to remember, Tamagotchis were a big thing at the time.
Yeah.
So, with all that done, I believe that's all I have really to show you for Sonic Adventure 2.
Nice.
Let's switch back over here.
It's dark, it's oh, there are the lights.
There we go, we're out of the void. Void. Let's see who I'm gonna be raiding tonight from the Eldenwood team.
Ooh. Alright,
let's see. First, I have to find where the Eldenwood server is because they changed their icon. Because they have a proper icon now.
Oh.
And they have a shop now, too. And their own custom Minecraft. Their own Minecraft server.
Nice.
They had a Pal World server, but I think they shut that down due to inactivity.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see. We are going to raid... You know, I saw a name that sounded like someone I would want to raid, but then I saw they're not online, so damn.
Oh.
We are... You know what? We're just gonna raid Zombie Pandemic, who is, playing Pal World. Alright, let me initiate the command. And yes, I will listen to the recording after stream. And I will also fix the Discord command for the bot after stream.
Yes.
Because I'm actually properly rested now.
Also, Ari, did you happen to get do another implant on your testicular region?
For the record, I don't have implants, and second, no, this is the same model I used last time.
Okay. I don't know, because it's like, I know how you said you were gonna slowly increase them over time.
Yeah, you don't have, when you have magic, you don't need implants.
Fair point.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to the new followers and viewers I got over this stream. This was a lot of fun. And thank you to Nerd E Furret and JKR for co-hosting with me tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. And until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, the boys have caught us. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
Good night, everybody.
To fuck off.
Yeah!